Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Untitled Sickos Project, where we're back again for another episode of the podcast. I am Bears fan alongside the MaskedAura, Nickman, Cross Ren, Noah 24 Amper, and not that it kind of matters because he might have something to say, but we have a sick die sometimes. Regardless, it's first podcast of the year, anything can happen at the end of the day, one of us might win the Super Bowl or something. We don't know. Anything can happen. But regardless, to start us off, does anyone have anything that they want to start with the welcome at, or are we good to go?
I just want to comment on what Jasko said. That would be a great alternate title, but unfortunately YouTube would kirk us if we did that.
What the?
What did he say?
He said the alternate title should be 4 dumbasses fighting for a playoff spot.
You see, I wanted to, but I had to keep it semi-family friendly.
Yeah, 4 people fighting for a playoff spot,
man,
and then
we are
a silent observer.
Look, man, we all are very much somewhere on the spectrum. But unfortunately,
listen,
YouTube does not like it.
Real ones know where the original image for the thumbnail comes from.
Exactly.
Only real ones have been on the internet.
I mean, I honestly cannot think of a greater outcome of this weekend than 2 idiots fighting for a championship spot. Because
4 idiots fighting for a championship spot, actually.
Close enough. I mean, the fact that, in all honesty, we could literally, genuinely have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win, and for it to not even fucking matter.
Football is back, baby.
Well, this is what we live for. And at the end of the day, what does Tampa Bay have to blame? Their own fucking selves.
Or the Devon, or Donald Trump. Try blaming Donald Trump. I think that helps. That helps me.
Fire.
No, you want them to keep Bulls, so that way you get a free win next year.
Man, there's no free wins in the NFL. At least
there
for the
really
Falcons.
isn't.
There's no free win. So it doesn't matter.
I mean, no, not true. You can play the Jets.
The Jets beat the Falcons! What are you talking about?
Lost to a walk-off field goal by Nick Foles. To the Jets.
What are you? There is no free wins. The only free wins in life are FBS versus FCS. End of story.
And that's not even
good. Also, yeah, just to let y'all know, Cass, you will hear me react to SmackDown stuff as we were watching the first SmackDown of the year. Woohoo!
But yeah, all in all, if no one has a welcome at to start out the year, then I will simply put.
I don't think I have one yet.
What did y'all drink for New Year's? Did y'all drink anything for New Year's?
I went to bed at a very responsible 2:30. Sorry, I was very responsible 9:30.
I do have one. So for New Year's this year, me, Nick, Jugger, and Kamain watched the new Kaguya-sama movie. It was good, all things considered, but it's the after thing that I want to talk about. So afterwards, it was still a pretty decent way towards like some people's New Year's. So we decided, hey, let's watch an anime. And one thing led to another, and all I can say is we ended up watching what I can only describe as the beta version of Rent-a-Girlfriend, and it was one of the funniest things that we've got to watch in a while. I just wanted to know, just to bring in this welcome, Matt. Nick was the only one that was not intoxicated during that, so I wanted to ask, Nick, do you feel like that anime that we watched would have been a lot more enhanced if you drank, something?
It was slop. Slop is slop. and no matter what I am drinking, it is not going to change that I was consuming slop to end 2025.
Hika Waka.
Oh, it was one of the funniest things ever. I typically don't drink, but I was enlightened to drink a bottle shot of Fireball. I hate liquor. It is fucking terrible. But I will say this, my experience was in fact enhanced by it. But other than that, we kicked off the New Year's in one of the funnest ways possible, and that was watching one of the worst shows ever.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Love Is War movie wasn't that bad.
No, not the Love Is War movie. Something else.
Rent a Girlfriend has a movie?
No. There was a it was a show called The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You.
That is...
Would not recommend, but God, is it funny to watch drunk. Or tipsy, or whatever.
Wow. I'm old.
But yeah.
I just went straight to bed at 9:30 p.m. and got up at a
Yeah.
nice crisp 7 a.m. on New Year's Day. Like an adult!
I worked New Year's Day, which was
old,
yesterday.
Chat.
Let's you know, this go around we have a lot to get into, believe it or not. And ironically enough, there wasn't a lot of games being played. But so let's first start off with the aftermath of college football in terms of last week and not this week. Last week was the because I don't think we didn't talk about JMU, Oregon, any of that stuff last week.
We talked about that already.
Oh, never mind. By the way, guys, I am just.
But did we hear Luke's opinion on it? I wasn't here. Week.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
I don't think we were even talking about it last week because I thought we talked about it earlier.
Oh yeah, we talked it probably way before, honestly.
Yeah, because
it's
been a while.
We definitely have talked about it.
Damn, it's been a while since those games. It's been a while.
Oh my god, dude. It does not feel like... It feels like we talked about them just yesterday. Okay, then. Well, by the way, Bears fan, Biden fan over here got dementia and forgot that we already talked about them. So instead, we will be talking about the next best thing. The semifinals.
Yay.
Or not semifinals, the quarterfinals. So let's
another actual loss for the SCC.
Let's just start off by completely fucking ripping the Band-Aid open. I could just say that the SEC is dog shit and that, that everything sucks. But where's the fun in that? Let's start talking off with arguably the most damning game of all time, or the most damning game of last year. Miami versus Ohio State.
I was stunned. That game probably will be the only football game on record where I can honestly say I was genuinely stunned through.
Maybe we should listen to statistics more. Maybe it's better to lose games and not get a first round bye.
I do not know how.
We'll get to that.
The flying fuck Miami won that game. I mean,
it's not even like Ohio State was like, it was like close
no,
or
they
anything.
Were bad.
No, Ohio State
was horrible.
Yeah.
Julian Salan was in Heisman talks. Granted, I never thought he should have been in them, but he was in Heisman talks to start the season.
I mean, to be fair, quarterback equals Heisman talks. Collect Heisman award. To be fair.
I think that game, I really think this game told us something that people have been needing to learn all year, including me, and I'm kind of glad I mentioned it before when talking about Miami, because for all the flaws that Miami has had under Mario Cristobal, and for the expectations that there are and how pretty much everyone thought Ohio State was going to win this game, Miami's defense is fucking amazing.
It
is great.
I fully went in to this game knowing that like their edge rushers are really good. I wouldn't think it's like, okay, so they're gonna have trouble.
Yeah, Ruben Bain's on that team, right? Ruben Bain.
Yep.
I think so.
Ruben Bain Jr. Yep.
Because like I looked at that and I'm going like, oh, they're getting a really good amount of pressure on, but I'm thinking, oh, it's fine. They just need a moment to where it says, fuck it, he's down there somewhere. But then we never got to the fuck it, he's down there somewhere. Yeah.
I've heard the go. It was one of the few games that I'm sad I didn't get to watch live, but you know, I had power rankings to do, so it was fine. But yeah, I mean, oh, there goes Noah. But yeah, I think this says a lot about. Again, I get the whole. You won it once, they can't talk shit to you.
Yeah,
but
I'm
let's be honest here.
I'm keeping my
that
yap
excuse
shut.
Does not go too far.
It's fine, honestly. The one caveat I will say though, I really feel like that Ohio State never got tested until versus Indiana. Then Indiana laid the blueprint on how to beat them, and especially when you have, you know, as much preparation as teams do have, like the gap from the conference championship to the semifinals is almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
So the blueprint is there when you have a bye week, to where Miami was able to, in the 2 weeks that was there, Miami felt like they were very prepared. They knew exactly what they had to do to shut down a very good Ohio State team. And I gotta say, they were that's kind of like was the trend. I feel like the semifinals, teams just felt that they were more prepared than the other team, and that's kind of where I felt the key difference to Ohio State was it took all teams with the first round bye a while to get going. And I'm curious what Nick has to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it took Ohio State over a half to really find anything to get going, because, you know, they got shut out in the first half, and of course Miami had that pick six, which really, I think, kind of signified that, okay, this is not going how people were expecting it to go. And Ohio State, like, people can say what they want about, like, you know, saying and all that, or, you know, like, all that kind of stuff, but, like, Ohio State as a whole just couldn't figure out this Miami defense. They just couldn't. And by the time they started getting some points, their defense was doing everything they could to really keep them in this game. It was just too little too late, and Miami took full advantage of that.
I have a question. My question for you, Nick, is it really felt like they didn't have to have Carson Beck do much at all in that game. From my point of view, at least, it really felt like he was in control most of the entire time. And, you know, there were drives where he had to, you know, march down the field and, you know, led the offense to score at certain points. But, like, he really felt like he really didn't have to do too much.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that. Like, he basically just played the role of a game manager in this game and did what he had to do. And the most important thing for him having to play that game manager role is he didn't turn the ball over. And at the end of the day, not turning the ball over went a long way for Miami beating Ohio State.
My honest question is, if he keeps on playing at a solid level in the playoffs, do you think it's possible he could be one of those top picks? Because from the sounds of it sounds like a lot of players are just not going this year. Like,
I mean, he's still projected, like right now, like late day 2, day 3 at the moment. So
I think
it's going to take a lot.
Well, I know there's another quarterback that I'm going to talk about that I think his draft stock is going to shoot up, and I think there's potential if things go right. He could be the second quarterback pick if, big words, if it goes right. But we'll get to him later. I don't know, man. Again, I think a lot of, and maybe it's just a me thing, but I always hate seeing people praise, like, Ohio State quarterbacks as if they don't play the most cupcake schedule of all time to start the year. Granted, they played Texas, but even in the first Texas game, Julian Sand did not play well. And it's pretty telling that when they did play Texas, he was a non-factor in that game. Jeremiah Love, if I'm him, I'm declaring for the draft next year. Jeremiah Smith. If I'm Jeremiah Smith, I'm declaring for the draft next year.
Oh, absolutely. He's even right now, I project the guy to be a top 5 pick, right? You'd probably be a top 5 pick in this year's draft too.
If he could go, he would.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to wait one more year. But I'm not gonna be too harsh in the long run on saying, because it's a learning experience. These games happen, and it picked the worst possible time for it to happen. But I mean, it's a learning experience. And Ohio State, after winning the Natty last year, they're gonna have to learn from this and bounce back from it, because it really shows that, like, it really just felt like going into this game, Miami was more ready, and Ohio State felt like they were in a position that they haven't been in all season, even including the Indiana game, because they were rusty. They played like a team that just looked outmatched, and it didn't go well. I mean, the biggest, literally, it's not going well when Michael Irvin is having the time of his life on the sidelines. So it's not going well when that's happening.
That boy Michael Irvin, bro. I've never seen someone so passionate in a football team.
Yeah,
he just be. Man.
No, I have to ask, as the #1 Mario Cristobal hater, how does this game make you feel?
Oh my God! You're gonna make me.
Stand on that soapbox.
Stand on that
soapbox. What's up?
If Mario Cristobal wins the whole thing, I'm leaving, guys.
Nah, but like, I mean, what were your just general thoughts to the game?
First of all, fuck Ohio State, fuck them Buckeyes.
Fuck them fucking Buckeyes. Yes.
Secondly, boy, I thought Ohio State was the most complete team in the entire league, in the entire sport, coming into the Big Ten championship game. I thought they were better than Indiana, because Penn State nearly beat Indiana, but they got routed by Ohio State. But no, Indiana's defense is surprisingly really good, and Ohio State's offense just completely gave out.
Yeah, I have to agree.
That's why they lost in the Big Ten championship or whatever it was. Yeah. Their offense just didn't, lock in.
Also, another missed field goal for Ohio State.
You want to know, but it's just, man.
If your bitch
really
only
just
knew.
I just want to say this, man. Ryan Day is still not a good coach. He is a coach that gets you by. He is not a coach that will turn you into a dynasty.
Look, I'm not gonna agree with entitled Ohio State fans. I'm not gonna agree with those fucking dumbasses, but I do agree that there will definitely be more pressure on Day. But like, I'm waiting more time before I ever agree with those entitled fucks.
Mm-hmm. Like Day is a good one. You're still able to recruit, they're still able to retain, they're still able to do well in the portal. And the only thing is they really need the rest of the Big Ten to step up. That's the problem!
Also, I think the other thing, yeah, they're gonna need, they need to get an offensive coordinator. They need to get an OC, because Ryan Day was calling plays for that, and I can tell that he was calling plays for that.
Yeah. Surely, the Big Ten lost. Surely the Big Ten is over, dudes. There's no way that's gonna happen.
I mean, there's one Big Ten team, unless you're, if you're a fan of outside the Big Ten, let's get things clear. If you're a fan of outside the Big Ten, you are probably pretty happy with who the other one is. And the other one is just,
Let's get to that.
Yes, let's get to the.
Let's get to the 12 o'clock game. I will stand on my soapbox and die on my hill. I said that I thought Texas Tech was gonna lose it all. I would like to apologize. Yeah, I thought they were going to win it all. Unfortunately, I forgot that having a first round bye is the worst thing to ever happen, and I was blinded by that. I accept my haha, enjoy your time on cold takes. But I'm going to be honest real quick. It's not like Oregon's offense was good on New Year's Day.
Take the fucking point.
It was not good, but their defense fucking showed up.
100%.
It showed up. They were pissed.
Dude, their defense was so good. That defense was amazing. Holy shit. Just Dan Lanning, stop going for it. Stop being aggressive. Take the fucking points. It really felt like there was like, you know how someone feels like when they're, when you're tempting fate? It feels like when I was seeing how Dan Lanning was doing the play calling, I felt like he was tempting fate the entire fucking time. He's like, ooh, we're gonna let you back in. Ooh, we're gonna keep going for it recklessly. Ooh, be a shame if you took actual advantage of it.
To be completely honest, I actually agreed with the first two times they went for it, because it's a one-score game regardless, and it's like 4th and 1. I agreed with that. I do think the third one where it's like, okay, you can try and make it a 2-score game. Okay, yeah, that's the one where you should take the points, but I think the bigger issue is on those 4th down play calls is not just I think the bigger issue is that they didn't work, and the execution did not look great in terms of the play calls, which not a great day in terms of play calling from Wolf Stein out there. But at the end of the day, Oregon took full advantage of the fact that Texas Tech was just completely shitting themselves on offense.
Yeah. Look, man, this was still the most successful season in Texas Tech history. Unfortunately, it's not going to result in shit, and you don't win a single playoff game. But it's still the best season in program history, I guess. $50 million.
I feel bad for Morton, because that was his last. I'm pretty sure that was his last college
NFL
game.
Poker experience?
Like that,
no.
But yeah,
gamble.
Yeah, it just kind of sucks.
What's
and I feel like we have to talk about a little bit about Dante Moore. Again, not 100% his fault, but he did not look right at all. He looked extremely off.
It's why I've been saying, like, it's something that, like, the thing that, like, that's, like, kind of been saying is, stay another year, develop, you're not ready, he's not ready yet. He can play in big moments in college, but the NFL's such a different beast. It's such a different beast than college. And develop, stay another year. He's gonna look a lot better come the end of next season, and probably in my, if I were to be held hostage and the only way to be released was for me to tell you who I thought were my Heisman favorites, one of those people unfortunately would be Dante Moore. I think Moore's gonna be good. You just need some time.
Yeah. Not to mention, too, we'll get to this when we talk about our next team, but if I'm Oregon going in the next game and that happens again, like, that's gonna be it. Like, they cannot play like that. If they do, season's over.
Yeah, but let's get into what team we're talking about here.
Yeah. Anywho, guys, you know, did you know that sometimes it just means more in the SEC?
Okay, I
Bama got exposed in the SEC championship game by Georgia.
Yeah.
I want to say that right here. Their run game is dog water.
Listen, man.
Horrible.
Like Simpson, I like Simpson, but he is not going. But he is not. But even Heisman winners are not without their running game. Alabama didn't have one. Simpson was kind of screwed.
Yeah, no. Bama got, yeah, like I said, exposed in the SEC championship game. So the thing happening in the semifinals, the quarterfinals was like, yeah, that's kind of expected. They just did not. Listen, I think Indiana's on their magical run and they're gonna win the national championship. I don't know. I just this is their season. This is what they make movies of. I hear a new Netflix documentary titled "The Turnaround," which follows the history of Indiana over the past 3 years with how their head coach turned the program around. So yeah, sorry, Alabama was just a footnote in Indiana's history for this year.
Yeah, no, Alabama's run game is it's bad. Like, if you want to know how bad it is, their best running back has 504 rushing yards total, and nobody else has more than 300 rushing yards on this team. Like, their run game's been atrocious.
Yeah, and honestly, I can't believe I'm going to say this too. Ty Simpson might have just played himself out of a top draft pick.
Ty Simpson's another one of those guys that should just stay another year. Stay another year,
he's not going
develop
to.
as a quarterback. 1 year
Also,
starting,
you really want to get drafted by the Raiders?
I mean, his stock has been falling as of late, because he was, for the longest time, he was up there with Mendoza and Moore, and recently he's fallen to like the 20s, and I have a feeling it's gonna fall even more after what we saw against Indiana.
The thing is, Ty Simpson is a redshirt junior. It's gonna be very hard. Obviously, there's gonna be a place for him, but who's to say he's even gonna run it back with Bama, especially after that last showing? In Bama's history, it's not when you're typically... Because I don't care, he got hit a bit, but he was not hurt. He got benched. He was hurt.
It was both. He was hurt But they saw the situation and they just realized, okay, yeah, this is not working. Let's see what Austin Mack has to offer. That was what happened. Like, he was hurt, but he was also playing like shit.
Yeah, it's just...
It was kind of one of those ones where I thought they should have lost to Oklahoma. They really should have. They did not belong anywhere in the second round, in all honesty.
Bama's gone. This isn't Bama anymore. I'm gonna say it.
It is. It's more little column A, little column B. I find it's more the fact that this is like how great of a head coach Nick Saban was, and it's more on the lines of how unready Alabama is at this time. Alabama is not ready. Alabama is not ready for modern college. Modern in the college football landscape. They'll still be a program that's top 20.
Yeah, people are still gonna want to go Bama, but life after Saban, man.
They're not going to be the top 5 juggernaut they've been able to lord over their entirety as a program. They're not going to be able to go, haha, we are able to lord over you. You will bow down to us.
Right,
They won't be able to do that again. They're not going to be like that level.
Right, yeah, that's not Bama. That's what I'm getting at.
You're right, it's not Bama, but it's Bama enough to where it keeps you on board. I think the CFB is going to expand itself to probably 16 teams, and they're going to experiment with that. It's kind of shitty the way they went out. Especially to look at it for the conference where it just so happens to mean more, I guess. Like that whole scenario, and I do think of when a lot of these, it's gonna be, because I'm so mixed up about it, honestly, because the SEC is easily a incredibly strong conference, but I've seen it more flawed. It's more flawed than it's been because of the transfer portal, and I don't think any team in the SEC has taken advantage of the transfer portal like Indiana has, like Texas Tech this year. Those two programs took huge advantage of the transfer portal.
It also helps that in the case of Indiana, Kurt Cincinnati said, fuck your bye-week narratives, and just went out there and said, fuck it, we ball.
Mm-hmm.
True. That man is a criminal. And I mean that in the good way possible. He is a criminal. Like, he's going to do everything it takes for you to lose. And he doesn't and he doesn't care the methods.
Yeah, and also the fact that he looks like Gilbert from The Incredibles.
I mean, the dude has... It's more than just aura. I like what he says to other teams. I win games. Check it. I win games. You guys don't win games. I win games. And the fact that he can talk so much and back it up too is incredibly astonishing. It's inspiring, and it's kind of the big thing that I just don't see what coaches have done. At these schools, you got your big recruiting budgets and everything. You've got all this stuff and blah 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 blah. But are you developing these players? That's the question I have.
Never had to develop. They just got talent off the wazoo. What was there to develop when you already had a guaranteed first overall draft pick.
And all you had to do was make them lock the fuck in, and for the longest time, they knew how to make them lock the fuck in. I think the thing is, though, and I feel like in terms of other colleges and what they'll take away from Indiana, I think something I really think is going to happen is I think many programs might take the wrong message because it's a process at the end of the day, and Indiana, Kirk Signetti have committed to that process. But I definitely feel like there will at least be some schools that try their hardest to find what they think will be a Kirk Signetti, when in reality, guys like Kirk Signetti, they don't grow on trees. Like those coaches, they don't grow on trees.
They do not. They are hard. They are incredibly hard to find. You need, like, what Kirk Signetti is what we're able to do in college football 25. We're able to be that special coach to come into a program through loyalty and be loyalty top to bottom and be like, yeah, I can't recruit 4 or 5 stars, but guess what? I got 3 stars and I'm going to develop them, and guess what? I can win games with them. Beat my record. Like, that's what we do in college football. Kirk Signetti, Indiana was the losingest Power 4 program in US, in all of the FBS. They had no hope. This was a team that was like, you know what? We're A-okay being where we are. You know, we take the TV money. We don't need to worry about being good. And then they look at, I feel like you have 1 year of success with Kirk Signetti, and then you look at him and you go, I want that. Wait. I want that. I like this. I want more of this. And because they want more of that, they're winning games. Your program is now being put on a map. And the $1 million question I have for it is, so you like winning, eh? What are you gonna keep? How are you gonna keep this momentum? It's a lot of really good momentum you guys been having. You know, let's keep going. They did the first thing. I think they've extended Kirk Signetti, and they're probably gonna give him a big pay raise too. I don't see why they would. There's something in his contract that says, oh, they could mutually just buy out of it, or something. That shit's not gonna happen. Let's stop right there. That ain't happening.
The only way Kurt Signetti is going to be leaving is if he gets paid $1 billion. That ain't gonna happen.
No, there's something in his contract clause that if he doesn't get a good enough raise that makes him a top 3 quarterback, he can mutually be bought out.
Yeah, the only way, I mean, honestly, the only way that happens is like you said, you gotta open up every single bank in the country to make that happen.
It's not gonna happen. He's not leaving, right? He's not gonna do what the other coach did. Like, Indiana can be a top powerhouse for as long as they want to be a powerhouse for. And on all honesty, if you're the Big Ten, you want to fund and have Indiana be competitive for a long time. You want a competitive Indiana Hoosiers. It's so much better for the Big Ten. Can you imagine, like, when Michigan finishes rebuilding their rebuild without coaches who don't want to fuck minors, and, you know, when Penn State's done their rebuilds, when Washington emerges, when USC finally is like, good, dude, the Big Ten's going to have that. You wouldn't handle a Big Ten schedule. Because, dude, even Iowa just being on that list is just, it's hard.
The funny thing is, when you look at the Big Ten, like, obviously Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State are going to be at the top, but, like, I think honestly after looking at it this year, USC, Michigan, Hawkeyes, Huskies, even if Penn State gets their shit back together, and who knows, like, maybe if the Fighting Illini decide to get their shit together for once, Like, you're looking at, like, half that conference being potential CFP contenders. Granted, some of them are more likely than others. I'm gonna flat out say that now.
Well,
But, like,
it sure
this feels like this feels like the best conference right now. Granted, I feel like the USC has got, I mean, not the USC, the SEC has gotten so much better because of
Yo,
teams
I
like
do
Vandy.
love the USC Trojans conference.
True, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I do think the SEC's gotten better. Like, I think LSU will definitely be better next year, but, like,
I don't know.
what's some of the hope
You
for
know
these
what's
teams?
so
Like,
weird, Taegan?
A lot of these teams, SC teams players
Wait.
are
Taegan,
getting
do you know
poached
what
by
I
the
honestly
draft.
think about LSU? I feel like LSU is not going to be much different, even with Lane Kiffin.
they'll be
Because
a 10 win.
Do you know how weird? Do you know how weird I feel about it? It's because well, let's fuck it. We're all good with we can continue the SEC conversation because I think we can shift to Ole Miss here.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
So Lane Kiffin, buddy, you could have a CFP contending team that's probably going to be able to fund not only your salary, but players, and also get you players that are on the same level as LSU, where you don't have to do much, or you can go and rebuild another program. You can rebuild.
Lane Kiffin still thinks he's part of. Lane Kiffin thinks he's still part of the team after the.
He was in the
pick.
cuck chair that game. He was in the cuck chair. I don't care what people say.
Bro thinks he was still part of the team.
It's just
who invited blood.
It's crazy how this team went from almost losing to Washington State to that. But I guess we should address. Ren, you don't have to if you don't want to, but.
Dude, I'm not that depressed. Dude, I'm not depressed. I jokingly said, "Well, this is the 1 year I'm like, I'm gonna try and actively follow college football. I'm gonna root for the Bulldogs, hometown team." And then they get first round bounce. So it's like, well, what's the point of watching sports if every time you watch it, the bad thing happens to your team? Listen, I don't. Man, the Falcons have taught me to never, until the clock strikes 0, which apparently it took like a billion years for the clock to strike 0.
It did take quite a while.
The game is not over until the clock strikes 0, and that was a I mean, for the outside of the college world, that was the greatest way to end a crap day of football, by having an actual interesting game. Yeah, I don't know. Just apparently during halftime, Kirby Smart decided, you know what? Let me look up some Dan Campbell tape, and just got way too cute. I don't know. See, and also I don't know what happened at the end of the game. Apparently, Ole Miss QB just decided, you know what? I'm gonna get on my Jackson Dart art. I'm just gonna be the best QB out there. And
Not even Jackson Dart. That was some Patrick Mahomes shit out there.
yeah, that was actually some Mahomes action. That boy.
Some zippity doodah bullshit.
I don't know his name, so I'll just keep
Trinidad
saying Ole Miss
Chambliss.
QB.
Chambliss.
Man, he played. He said, you know what? I'm gonna get drafted in the NFL, and he put on some good tape. And
next year's QB, he does have eligibility
to.
He can declare, but I don't think he will.
No, he has to. He's a senior.
I thought he's a redshirt junior.
No, he's a senior.
Dude, this guy needs to be. This guy is QB2, dude. This guy QB2. You have an argument for. No, he's QB2. He's QB2.
Hold on, no. I'm just saying it depends on how. I guess it depends on how the NCAA views it. I think he has to declare because it depends on how they view his time at Ferris State. But chances are, if he has to declare, then he has to declare.
Well, he did some. Hey, and I'll say something too. Hey, Gunnar Stockton, man, he played one heck of a game. He played one heck of a game, man. I think both QBs played a massive
out there. That dude was getting he got beat the hell out of.
That defense, Ole Miss defense, was kicking his butt, but he was still doing. But man, I don't know what happened.
Every time Gunnar Stockton got hit, he was doing the Peter Griffin pose.
Hey, but he got right back up. Hey, that hit he took, He laid out, got through a bullet, and then rushed for a touchdown, man. Like, I don't know, but yeah, Georgia just collapsed. I just don't know what happened. And also, my heart,
at the end of the
my
game.
final thing, my heart goes out to all those PAs, all those production people that pulled out the stage,
Yeah.
and then to take it back, then put it back out again, then take it back, then put it back on the field.
The
because
confetti
refs
was
decided-
in the end zone.
Yeah, but
Oh,
because
no,
the
no,
refs
no, no.
decided to end the game.
No, the funniest thing about that game, refs officiated everything perfectly. You want to know the funniest thing of all time about it too? There were like 3 separate occasions this game should have ended. And you want to know what happened? Refs came in, took a look. Wow, there was 1 second on the clock. Happens. And then what I could only describe as one of the dumbest decisions of all time, none of the Ole Miss players pick up the fucking football. There was no one around the football, and the dude just falls on it. People bring shit back out, but people forget the rule of college football. As soon as you recover the ball on the ground, the play is over. So no time went off the clock. And then, I'm sorry, but that catch and lateral went on a hell of a lot longer than it should have. It was way too long.
Yeah,
Georgia tried to.
It was not moving anywhere though.
They
It was
didn't
literally
they didn't have enough people to
cardio.
push
That was some
downfield.
cardio.
It felt like the game was already over, and it's sometimes, people just wave the white flag, and I'm like, alright, you're gonna wave the white flag, okay. Sure. But, I mean, I look at Kirby Smart and that play calling at the end of the game. Dude, what the damn shit was
Yeah,
that?
he
Mike
watched too
Bobo,
much.
that was a Mike Bobo masterclass.
He watched too much. Like I said, he watched too much.
Don't throw the football.
Dan Campbell take.
Like,
Don't throw the
at
fucking
what
football.
point is somebody going there and saying, hey, yo, dude, we've got like 50 seconds. If this pass is incomplete and we have to kick the field goal anyways, they're gonna have like 56 seconds left to tie the game. Sorry, to take
Honestly.
to win the game, and all they need is a field goal. Should we just?
Honestly,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it because the thing is that Georgia always been known for having good defense. That defense was getting gashed, but I get it. Like, hey, this defense just needs to get 1 3 and out, and the game is essentially going to be over. They just need to make just a couple of good stops.
But then you can do that in overtime.
No, I get why they did that, but Ole Miss just beat the defense. Like Trinidad just beat that defense.
I will say this. Go ahead, Noah.
Just to make a joke, that's the worst loss I've ever seen to Trinidad since the USMNT.
True.
But honestly, I think you can probably put some blame on Stockton too, because that was not a fantastic throw nor a very good decision to throw the ball. If I'm him, I would have ran. I would have ran. No, not even just ran. Take the sack. Like, if you have to, take the fucking sack. It goes from like a 24-yarder to like what? A 31? Oh no, 7 more yards. It's still in chip shot range. Like,
And the clock
I think
still runs too.
yeah, that's the thing. I'm not saying that Stockton should be the main priority, but we do have to look at that at the end of the day. Stockton should not have thrown that ball.
Yeah, y'all are talking about throwing balls, and it's very funny that it's very funny how if he gets there a bit quicker, Ole Miss would have thrown an interception on that final drive. That would have been very funny.
Yeah. And fuck, Georgia would have had like 30 seconds in all 3 timeouts too.
Yeah.
Trinidad made one bad throw and it almost fucked them over, but he didn't make that bad throw, so at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, not much else to say other than we finally get the games. Miami versus Ole Miss and Oregon versus Indiana.
Oh,
so, now that I got everyone here, I can now ask you guys. Guys, Miami or Ole Miss?
I want to say
I want to
take Ole Miss here. I think, as much as I like Miami's defense, I feel that if Trinidad Chambliss can really just I feel like it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna have Ask Carson Beck too much, and I think this is gonna be like the game that it's gonna be one of those games. It's like, you know how teachers have that test where there's gonna be questions that separates, you know, the B's, the A's from the B's, the C's from the B's, you know, so on and so forth. This is gonna be the game for Carson Beck to where you could play yourself with this game into a second round pick, I think.
Honestly,
I think you
here's
can
my
play
thought
into
process.
a second rounder.
I think the winner of this game becomes a first. I think the winner of this game will become a first round pick.
Nah.
You know what's funny? We're talking about Trinidad, and he deserves to have his stock raised. But it's really funny how we're talking about this when I don't. He's not even. How do I say this? He's not even on the fucking Tankathon thing. Like, how do I see this? He's not even on there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was surprised when I saw it yesterday too. I was like, huh, is he like a rookie or something? Not a rookie, a freshman. I looked it up and then he's like, oh.
There's no way he goes undrafted though.
No,
No.
I can't. Someone will pick him up.
Someone should. There's stuff. There's something here that says there's like enough tape here that says,
hey,
this guy's a second round pick. At
hey,
worst.
you know what? Maybe with that pick that the Rams get Trinidad Chambliss.
I'm actually fine with that. Because I see second rounder, and you can go waste a first round pick on Trinidad Chambliss.
No, I think he can go first. We're gonna see come Combine time.
By
But
the way,
he's definitely getting
regarding
invited to the Combine.
Chambliss and eligibility, because I looked this up after I saw, like, you know, that he's a senior and all of that. Apparently they're talking with the NCAA about it, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if this is like a Diego Pavia situation or, like, you know, in terms of getting another year of eligibility, but I don't know what's gonna come of that, but that's just something worth mentioning on it.
Yeah. Well, back to Miami or Ole Miss. You know, they've been funny all year. Give me Miami.
It would so
be
ACC. It would so be ACC for Miami to win this shit, dude.
I need to since I have no allegiance and I need another win. Give me Ole Miss. I'm gonna go with hold on, I gotta do the voice. I like the way that Chambliss play. Give me the Ole Miss Rizzle. Oh, Ole Miss Rebels. I don't know what their chant is.
Probably something that you can't say.
I was about to start barking. I'm so sad.
He can't bark.
Oh
His
man,
balls
you
got
can't.
cut
I
off.
like barking. That's my favorite thing. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
now
we need
I
another
have
W
the sad
for
thing
that.
is, I have to wait till fucking August to start going. You know,
No, I just need Ole Miss
did
to
it
make
now.
the national championship, and I need. Well, you know what? It's not even funny. It's not really that funny because Lane Kiffin gets paid when Ole Miss wins, so he's like, yeah, go ahead, win the national championship. I'm still getting paid, and I'll see y'all. He'd be like, I'll see y'all in the national championship next year with LSU Tigers. So-
What do you two guys have, Noah and Nick?
I don't know, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Ole Miss Miami just feels like a toss-up of whichever bullshit prevails, whether that's Ole Miss on the Team of Destiny run or Miami with the ACC bullshit. You know, because I already know who I'm picking between Indiana, Oregon. Fuck it, let's do the best storytelling. Ole Miss versus Indiana. Let's do that.
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
It would be really funny if Miami somehow made it. I don't know how. I think Oregon can actually beat Indiana, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oregon and Penn State, I believe. Oregon, Penn State, and Ohio State were the only three teams to really give Indiana a shot. And Penn State and Oregon were the only ones to actually keep up with their offense.
Yeah.
The funniest thing too, Oregon and Indiana were both teams that Iowa faced this year, and they lost to both of those teams by, I believe, a combined 7 points between the both of them.
Both games
Just
at
something
Iowa.
to bring up. Yeah, but regardless, yeah, man, I think Oregon has a chance, but give me Indiana.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take.
this is
This
the
is
miracle
gonna be
run.
a really exciting game. I will still take Indiana. I think
Yeah,
I will say Indiana too.
Kirk
I hate
has
to
this
do it, but
team playing
this is the
very
turnaround. This is the new Netflix series. Give me Indiana.
Yeah, well, now that all that's said and done, guys, has football been a part of your life? Well, it's about to be of your life more, because we have to talk about the Christmas games.
Oh,
Anywho, we briefly talked about it last week, but we'll go over it again for a brief recap. Cowboys and Commanders. Josh Johnson looked fine. Dallas.
oh wow.
Dak Prescott is an MVP Dak Prescott should be a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, he plays for the Dallas Cowboys.
He's
Now,
also a
you may
playoff
ask,
choker, unfortunately.
Phillip Rivers was a playoff choker.
So is
Yeah, that too, but still, it's gonna hurt.
so is Kelsey Green ever gonna have a title reign?
Nope.
No.
Ever?
No. But yes, other than that, well, I'll leave the big potatoes for last. Broncos Chiefs. That was a game that happened. Bo Nix did not look good, but neither did Chris Oladipoon. But I will say this: Chris Oladipoon had that really funny play where he fumbled the ball, picked it back up, bounced back up, got it, and then threw a dot to Juju Smith-Schuster. So as far as I'm concerned, he's a legend.
All that needs to be said really is that the NFL mossed the NBA in ratings.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, man. If Roger Goodell wanted, he would make sure that there's a football game on every single day of the week. That man has the power to do the most devious thing imaginable.
Yeah, and you're gonna sit and you're gonna watch every single one of. You're gonna watch Jags and Titans over the Thunder and who's good in the East.
You're probably. I mean, the Lakers are just popular. You could just do Thunder Lakers.
Thunder Lakers. You're gonna get more viewers than Thunder Lakers for fucking Raiders Giants.
Look, man, people wanted to watch that game unironically, but we'll get to that game in a moment.
That's just how it goes. That's just that's how the ratings go.
Which,
But-
listen, I can't lie, man. The ratings, yeah, they did moss them, but there's more NBA games than there are NFL games, so it's
Put
it's
better
comparing-
games on. I put better games on. Please put better Christmas games on. It will help you in the long run.
I think they'll have better games next year. This was just a rare fucking. No one expected Micah Parsons to be off the Cowboys. No one expected the Commanders to be this bad. No one expected the Chiefs to be without Mahomes. I mean,
I get
the
why
Lions-
I just get why people are tweeting at Ari about I can't wait for Ari to tweet about the ratings when people talk about how shitty these games are.
I mean, Lions Vikings was a very good game in a funny way.
Good in quotations, funny in all sorts of ways.
Look, I will say this: Cowboys Commanders was the most competitive game of them, and that was decent. It wasn't horrible, but yeah, I do agree. But let's get into the elephant in the room. We talked about it last week a bit more, but it's just so funny. Why not just relive the classics? Detroit is fucking hacks. This team is a fake hustler. They don't know how to play football when a little bit of what's the fucking word? Brain work. A little bit of adversity. Yeah, this team can't play with a little bit of adversity. This was an all-time loss from the Lions, and it's not even like they barely lost. They got put on 2 possessions by Max Brosmer.
Yeah. It's really. Why y'all make it hard to defend the fucking... I mean, it's good to see that you guys have returned to your old ways of being forgotten team.
This better be a 30-minute classic. This better go like the length of the.
Yeah. When you because like the thing I think of the lines, I think of risks, I think of over-aggressive tactics, I think a quite rather aggressive style on the body. And the style of Dan Campbell needs to change, because you're sure, early in the season you're gonna look good, but like, you still have the months of October, November, December, and a lot of really good teams. Honestly, you could half-ass your September and October, win 8 of your last 9 games, and be just fine.
Here's the thing. I think the coordinators masked a lot of what made Detroit great. Because here's 100%. The thing. Here's the thing, though. Now give Detroit their flowers. Here's the thing. They didn't, with losing their coordinators, they still were in the hunt for the division throughout most of the year. They didn't completely fall apart. They looked competent for most of the year. All right. Now, probably, the expectation probably was, second or first in the division. No, let me finish. Hold on. Because I need to. I feel like it feels the needs like as when you're let the people who aren't biased, listen. I always have the mindset of no matter what, you're biased depending on your division. No matter what, there's always a little hint when talking about a different team. But yeah, no, Detroit looked confident through most of the season. Had some rough stretches, but like. For being in the hunt most of the playoff years, I think they didn't regress too much. Of course, they regressed, but not like I feel abysmally. Like, if that makes sense.
I get what you're meaning. I understand. I do agree with your point. They were still in it for a bit. Granted, if they won this week, they might not have even been eliminated, because with how hurt the Packers are going to be, which we'll get into that later, there's a chance, but you cannot defend the effort they shown over the stretch. After Washington,
I just feel that teams figured them out early in the season.
I think it's a pure effort thing.
No, there's no. You're fighting for a playoff spot and you're gonna show poor effort. I don't think that's the case. Honestly,
I just want to explain why. Now, I think they had effort. The last game where they had effort was against the Eagles. I think they really fought and tried to win that game, but Dan Campbell, none of the fourth downs worked, and they lost. That's fine. I think where this season all fell apart, ironically, was the fact that they had to go into overtime to win against the New York Giants. With Jameis Winston starting at quarterback. And I will just say this. You want to know Detroit's season in a nutshell? It's the Jameis Winston touchdown catch, where he caught the ball one-on-one in basically contested coverage, caught it, ditched the defender down to the ground, and got a touchdown. Flat out, that is the Detroit Lions season in a nutshell. Super aggressive.
Jared Goff regressed hard, man. I thought he was going to be a potential MVP candidate, but no, he was bad.
That's on you, Nakaloki, to think MVP for Jared Goff. That's that. You had too high expectations.
Unfortunately, Noah, I don't expect much.
He was going to be MVP consideration thanks to his weapons, but I didn't think he was going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he was bad. After the Eagles game, he just sucked. He was awful. No ifs, ands, or buts. He was bad.
I will say this, to your point too, people may say, but statistically wise, he looked really good. I will say this. He was playing from behind in 4 of their last 5 games, and he was playing the Dallas Cowboys. When most of the time, teams are going to be playing prevent defense, allowing things to open up a hell of a lot more than what they should have. Now, I'm not going to sit out here and say that Jared Goff was, horrible this season, because he was fine. But I think it's pretty fair to say after this season, if it wasn't for J.J. McCarthy looking like what he did, Jared Goff would be the worst QB in the North.
Probably. Also, depending if Jordan Love can figure out his health, but he should, so that should be fine. Look, I don't have much to say after last week. I said everything I needed to say about this team last week, and I don't want to really repeat myself again. But the only thing
there is one more thing I want to add. I don't think there was a bigger loss in the coaching staff for any team this season than when the Lions lost Brian Johnson.
100%.
Ben.
Look what Brian Johnson has done with the Bears, man.
Ben Johnson, but yes. I completely
Did
agree.
I really confuse Ben Johnson for the guy who ran the Eagles 23 offense into the ground?
Yeah, I was like Brian.
Sorry.
I
meant Ben.
Good.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah, no, I'll just say what I said last week about Detroit defense. What happened to the toughness? What happened to the grit? What happened to biting kneecaps? Where did that all go? Because people can talk about the tactics, the aggressiveness, the wear and tear, but at the same time, it's like, despite all of that, they've always been tough as hell to play. And this season, it felt like they just were not as tough to play. They lost that grit.
Shit.
They lost all of it, and it showed against the Vikings.
The last time, I will just say this.
Damn, why was
The last time this team really showed the upper, eliteness was against the Bears in the second week. They dominated them on all front. They embarrassed them. They ran up the score. That's what Dan Campbell does.
He
didn't do that against Cleveland. He didn't do that against Cincinnati. He didn't even really do it against Washington.
Honest moment where my jaws hit the floor.
They did beat the crap out of Washington. They did.
I want to say something with honest moment where my jaw just hit the floor. Nick, you were. I know I wasn't here last week. That statement that's not even understating I can't. That's perfect. That is the perfect statement regarding this football team. What happened to biting the kneecaps? That was Dan Campbell's core identity.
Let me tell you why the biting kneecaps stopped. Because everyone will say they were hurt. Guys, it is the NFL in 2025. Everyone is hurt. Get the fuck over it.
Well, it's not. It's not even that. It's like you can have practice squad players
about, though.
All right,
Bite
I will
kneecaps.
say, love you guys, but you guys
it's
need
this
to cut
sentiment
it short.
of where the fact that there's you can make this correlation of when Dan Campbell said this was our best shot. There are guys in that locker room who hear that. Right before, I remember that the 3-13 season, the best 3-13 season I had ever seen, where all players were still willing to play for their head coach. Where I saw the Lions from year after year after year during Dan Campbell's tenure, I saw this team dramatically improving every single year. He says this was our best chance. I think that might have had a more psychological impact on the team than anything in the world. You're gonna have that leak out that, guys, I think this was our best shot at winning a championship. What does that say to you as a player? Right? Before, you would have ran through a brick wall for Dan Campbell. But now he says, guys, that might be it. Do you think if there's some sort of psychological way to where maybe they just flinched this year and be like, just because of how his philosophy has been, we're going to bust the kneecaps, we're going to run through walls, we're going to do whatever it takes to win, We're going to hammer out wins. We're going to be this aggressive, feisty, rabid football team. To now, it more looks like they're a whimpering pup. What happened? Nick is right. What happened to the ferocity? What happened to biting kneecaps? I see a bunch of lost puppies right now.
I think the last thing I'll say on this, biggest sign of that, of losing that toughness, the run game just went completely cold in the second half of the year. And in those last weeks, especially the Vikings game, like, the run game was non-existent. And yeah, that's a sign of a team that's lost its toughness, is when you can't even run the ball, when you have as good of a running back tandem as Gibbs and Montgomery, and you can't even run the ball. That's a sign of a team that has completely lost its toughness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other thing that I say before we move on is this. This is adversity. Are you going to bounce back from it, or are you going to find excuses as to why this year sucked? Because I'll tell you what, the good team doesn't find excuses as to why this year sucked. They round it back up and go, we're gonna run this back. We're gonna run it back again next year.
You know,
that's all I gotta say about that.
If I may
this team is pathetic and not worth our time this year.
My final hot take with the Lions, I say Dan Campbell. I'm gonna say Dan Campbell peaked. He's peaked. I don't see them going up. I see Dan Campbell being fired in 1 to 2 years, if that's your mindset. It's crazy to say now, but it circles back to, if you're not going to have that foaming at the mouth intensity for your football team, that message is already been sent in your organization as a football team. What are you going to do? Ball's in your court, Dan Campbell. I think you got a lot of lost soldiers that you need to rally again towards your cause. Ball's in your court. What are you gonna do? Because there have been coaches that, yeah, I got my players are hurting, but we'll be back. What's your message to your players? Ball's in the court of the Lions. Next.
Yep. Well, Noah, we get to talk about your team first for once. Texans Chargers.
It started great. CJ Stroud was phenomenal in the first quarter, but again, I just don't like Nick Caley, man. He's worse than Slowick.
He's like Bobby Slowick, but like amplified times 10. He can only coach a good first quarter.
The biggest mistake he makes is running halfback, is running up the gut on 1st and long every single time. I don't mind running on 1st down. I like what he marks. He's very good. But have we tried a stretch play, or a power option, or even a delayed handoff for that matter? I don't see the issue with that. I don't like shotgun runs that much, but on long yardage situations, go for it.
The more damning thing about this game too is, like, the Texans realistically got for once they got lucky. That illegal contact play near the end it did screw the Chargers over, but like I feel like we have to talk about the whole game. Justin Herbert,
what if he had a good line?
Dude, this man might genuinely be the most like punished person of all time. I could have sworn, if you were to like told me that Justin Herbert did some fucked up shit in a past life and his curse was to play for the Los Angeles Chargers, I could vaguely agree with you in some aspects, because oh my god, this is one of the worst offensive lines known to man. It's terrible.
What's worse, Joe the Bengals or the Chargers?
Well, the Bengals are actually winning shit right now, so I don't know, but yeah, like the defense is good, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of questions about LA I have going into the playoffs, and they're not good questions. And I may not have a lot of faith in the Texans. I mean, I may not have like a lot of faith in the Texans' offense, but I at least think their defense is strong enough to get them past the wild card, typically. But man, both of these teams are confusing. If they just had one thing, if they just had a little bit consistency, whether it's the Chargers' O-line play or the Texans' offensive play calling, both of these teams would be Super Bowl contenders. But for now, we're sitting here debating, can this team lose to Denver? Can this team lose to the Patriots? Can this team, do this or do that? Like, I don't know. And we'll get into playoffs later and such, but, like, in terms of this game, like, the Texans have a coked-up offense, and if it wasn't for that, they'd be screwed this year. I mean defense, coked-up defense.
Yeah.
But if no one else has anything else to say, there's another game we have to talk about in which...
Kind of one of those scenarios where, I mean, I feel like you've won the battle, but not the war, in a way. And I'm kind of just waiting, and it's kind of just like, to me, I just find just a little bit of a wait and see approach for next year. But for when it comes into the playoffs, we'll see how the Harbaugh over there handles it. And bon chance.
I think one thing that got overlooked in that Texans-Chargers game. Yeah, I think that the thing that got overlooked in the Texans-Chargers game was the tip drill interception, because the pick in the end zone by the Texans in that second quarter, that should have been an easy touchdown, or at least an easy first down. I don't know how he dropped that.
Yeah.
That was a very bad drop.
And then they give it right back, and then Dicker missed a field goal.
This was one of
Damn,
his
Dicker
most off
washed?
days. I mean, he missed a field goal and an extra point. Ironically enough, if he sinks both of those, it's 20-20, and that goes into OT.
Hey, Brandon Aubrey missed either a field goal or an extra point, so maybe a bad time to be a kicker in December.
Shout out to the Broncos, by the way, for somehow winning by doing the bare minimum.
Yeah,
somehow it's the Chiefs, but just way more fun. I guess it's because we're not used to the Broncos doing this.
Oh no, it's
Fair.
the Chiefs, but Bo Nix is significantly is a significantly worse quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, and I don't mean that in a negative. I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that in if you ask me if I would take Bo Nix or Patrick Mahomes, I am taking Patrick Mahomes in a heartbeat, and it's like not.
Well,
even
that's
close.
not an easy. Well, that's a very.
Well,
easy,
yeah, but like if you're asking me if I'm gonna take an injured Patrick Mahomes or Bo Nix, give me Patrick Mahomes.
It's not in a demeaning way. It's more just like, it's just being objective. Like, yeah, Mahomes is better than Knicks. I think everyone can agree.
It's basically the 2011 Broncos, but without the collapse that sent them to the wild card. So who's going to be the Demaryius
That's what I'm saying. This Broncos season is like the 2015 one. Elite defense and subpar offense. Except for this time, they don't have a Hall of Famer. They just have a Christian guy.
Nah, let's get into the other game with the other Harbaugh. Even though the Ravens won this game, it still didn't really feel like John Harbaugh. It still didn't even really feel like John Harbaugh did good as a coach. Like, that's
he did the right thing. No, he did what he rectified what he didn't do the week before. He just said, you know what? Just give the ball to King Henry. Just do that, and you win. Do that. Simple.
Would it be hilarious
That's-
enough where it's like, fine, I guess I'll use a player who's still got a shitload
I guess I'll
in
use
his
my.
tank.
I guess I'll use my Hall of Fame running back.
Fine.
Oh.
Like,
I really want to use a Hall of Fame running back. That's so boring and like that's like simple.
Derrick Henry carried the ball 36 times for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. We could shit on the Packers all we want, but in all honesty, they didn't really play a bad game of football on offense. They did enough to win. That defense, though,
It's
We want
dead.
tables in the big 2-6, bro. Can we get
Their,
out of
their,
here?
their defense is fucking dead.
and you know they get Trayvon Diggs, who is just Keyshawn Nixon but with flavor text, and I'm more surprised that this game was that bad. I'm
Damian Priest with
genuinely
Hurricane
shocked.
Rana.
But I will say this, Malik guy. I guess my only thing from this game, who is Malik Willis going to be starting for next year?
Genuine reaction. Oh man, I gotta think about that. It has to be a cube. It has to be a team that needs a good bridge. What's a team that needs a good bridge? QB.
The Jets, if they don't, the Jets potentially.
Yeah, but I don't
Jets
want to
would
go
be
into that
interesting,
life.
but depends if they
I wanna
want to
go into that
literally
life.
lose everything. If you just want to keep losing.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Dolphins?
This probably isn't going to happen. But fuck it. You know what? He's from Atlanta. Why not? He's from Atlanta.
He's not gonna be a Falcon. Listen, I know it's funny, dude. Guys, he's not a Falcon. Unless they cut Kirk Cousins, he's not
they
a Falcon.
can.
They can,
Yeah.
but if they don't, then he's not a Falcon because we'll just run back Michael Penix. Cause not to say Michael Penix is the future, but Michael Penix is the guy you drafted, and you're not going to give up on him in 1 year, like the Cardinals did to Rosen.
I feel like it's
Michael Penix is not.
the
I mean,
mindset
the
there.
comparisons for Rosen and Penix, along with not D'Amico Ryans, Raheem Morris and the Cardinals head coach are. I
Steve
could
Wilkes.
see it. I see it, dude. I could see them just saying "fuck this shit." It's
Saying
very possible.
He's from Atlanta.
No, listen, I know, but
feel
I'm here to shut you
the
down.
option is Minnesota. I think you give JJ McCarthy some competition. I think he goes to Minnesota. That's
I
where
can see, and I was gonna say Minnesota. But I could see, forcing JJ to up his game.
I mean, depending
I think
on
about
how...
he may just. But here's the thing: did Malik Willis really play himself into being a starter?
Ooh, we're all thinking about it too hard. You want to know where he should go? Pittsburgh.
potentially.
Oh no, I see. Yeah,
If Rodgers is done, yeah.
I think
No,
Rodgers
has to be done.
Rodgers is done. This is Rodgers last year. Even if I'm Pittsburgh, I wouldn't bring him back.
I mean, what else? I mean, unless the Chiefs think Mahomes is going to be out for the entire year, I would have given Willis a 1 year. But Mahomes isn't going to be out for that long.
And
Ironically-
we're not having the Matt Castle season. Don't worry.
Yeah,
They're
I
safe.
mean, it's... Pittsburgh makes the most sense.
It makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of teams that
Because he's not going to Arizona.
when they drafted, what was the? Does anyone remember? Just know off the top of their head the record Pittsburgh had the year before they drafted Roethlisberger.
It was... I mean, I think it's the
It was.
same.
I think it was 6-10 or 4-12.
Oh, like, dude, like, are the Steelers, like, the Steelers will feel like they're perpetually just in the market of a bridge QB.
6
Yeah, they were
and
6 and 10.
yeah.
6 and 10.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. The Steelers feel like they're infinitely in the bridge QB ever since Roethlisberger. Oh, hey, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
How'd you get there?
Okay, yeah, sorry, Malik Willis to Pittsburgh would just give me so much Cordell Stewart vibes.
But it makes sense. It would be the most Pittsburgh thing, because what have they done recently? Signed bridge quarterbacks in hopes that they could potentially fix their problem. They did it with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson at the same time. They did it with Aaron Rodgers. They technically did it with Kenny Pickett. And granted, they were trying to see if Kenny Pickett could be a franchise QB out of that. However, they soon realized that wouldn't have worked. So, I'm going to be honest. No. Kenny Pickett is also that. It makes the most sense, man. That is the most. Mitch Trubisky. We forgot about him too. Like, it's gonna happen, man. That is the most Mike Tomlin signing of all time.
That feels like fuck it, we're running it back, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like fuck it, we're just gonna run it
Well,
back.
other than that, Packers are guaranteed 7th seed, and the
Yeah.
Ravens. We'll put a bookmark in that for now. Well, now we get on to the Sunday slate of games, and like typical, we'll get over the games that don't fucking matter. This week, on the games that don't fucking matter, we have 2 on the slate. Yeah, 2 eliminated teams. First things first, let's just get this out of the way because no one really fucking cares. Bengals Cardinals.
Bengals and Cardinals are a football team. That is
I mean,
nice.
Joe Burrow
That
is
is
good
the
at
story.
football.
There's
Joe Burrow
nothing
is
to
good at
say about
football.
the game itself, but there's one thing that needs to be said about either of these teams. Jonathan Gannon fucking lives.
He should be
Right?
fired 2 years ago.
Yes.
That's correct.
He
You
should
know,
have been fired a year ago.
But do you see how he just motivates his guys? Like, yeah, go make tackles or whatever.
I got into an argument with a somewhat competent YouTuber over this season. I'm not gonna name who, because if they find this, I mean, I doubt they will. But I had a conversation with them because they had their power ranking series and they had the Cardinals as a better team than the Seahawks.
Oh
In
yeah, that was
hindsight,
at the early. I remember that. That was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, hee 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 ha, who fucking cares and shit. But I was told in those comments, I said, what the fuck does Jonathan Gannon inspire other than Matt Eberflus 2.0? And they said, he's really with the system, man. A lot of the team really loves him. It's just Drew Petzing that's the issue. Hey, Nick, flashback to 2023 for me. Matt Eberflus had aura, but it's just the offensive coordinator's fault as to why we suck. And keep in mind, too, we were playing a mobile quarterback while our backup QB looked infinitely better.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just cut to the chase. I actually don't like the Matt Eberflus comparison because here's the thing: Eberflus won games to justify to the front office that he deserves another year. I do not see the Eberflus in Gannon here because at least Flus won games to make Ryan Poles think that he should bring him back for a third season, which he would instantly regret. But you want to know what I see more of here? I see a lot of Matt Patricia with this decision because I remember.
Well, Jonathan Gannon was a terrible hire. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Jonathan Gannon was a terrible hire from the very start. talk to any Eagles fan. Every single one of them hated his guts. All of
Going
them.
back to
I
going
cannot
back to what I
believe he was
said.
hired in the first place.
But yeah, on like the Matt Patricia note, like because Patricia he should have been fired after 2 years. Many could argue he should have been fired after 1 year, but he should have been fired after the second year where the Lions went like 3-13, 4-12 or something. But he got a third season because of injuries and because the Lions were badly injured. They said, "Fuck it, let's give him a third year." It goes as bad as people expect. Jonathan Gannon, I will give him this. The Cardinals won like 8 games last year. I can understand why he got a third year. I completely understand. They have 3 wins this year.
Yeah.
He is only coming back for 2 reasons. The team's injured as hell, and nobody wants the Cardinals job.
Yep.
What do you mean? You don't want to be locked in there with that Kyler Murray contract, Nick? But Nick, look at all the one-score games they lost this year. They almost beat Green Bay. They almost beat the Colts when they were good. They almost beat Jacksonville. They almost beat Tampa. They almost beat Atlanta, Nick. Don't you get it? You're a little too harsh on the Cardinals.
I don't think we're harsh enough.
Injury report.
Here's the thing. I as a division rival fan, I mean, I tend, like, if there's any team that's in the NFC West, I'm probably the most neutral on. It's the Arizona Cardinals. Your ownership is fucking horrible. It's terrible. You peaked because Bruce Arians was as a genuine good coach. Carson Palmer had a lot left in the tank. Larry Fitzgerald is probably the most loyal person you will ever meet on planet Earth, right? You had all of these factors. They still went. They peaked. They peaked as a franchise. You have Kyler Murray. Yawn. You're still owned by the Bidwells. It starts and ends with you're owned by the Bidwells. You're not going anywhere. Your organization is still known for the retirement home. Nobody's opinion has changed on this team. I don't know why people put so much faith and stock into this football team. Stop it. Stop putting stock in the Cardinals until they've proven themselves. The Bidwells still own this team.
Not just the Bidwells, by the way, because I think there's another thing to note with the Cardinals as a whole. Whenever people talk about Arizona in the offseason, it's usually one of 2 things. It's either people that have to talk about what they did for the draft, and the grades that players give them for their facilities. And you want to know where the Cardinals always are?
F.
Right near the bottom.
The thing is,
I just think about that. Sorry, I'll finish this up. I just think about that. I think about, how the Cardinals are owned by the Bidwells, and they are injured as all hell, and they are just, simply put, an unattractive franchise. And I hear that they're keeping Jonathan Gannon, and my thought on why they could possibly be doing this becomes quite simple. Nobody wants this job, and they're gonna have to stick with a shitty head coach because they are poverty, and not the only franchise that has to do this, but we'll get to another team later in terms of why they're keeping their head coaches around. But yeah, Arizona, you're gonna be stuck with this.
Yeah, I mean, like, this ain't, like, if you're a Cardinals fan, let's be realistic. This isn't, is this really anything that's new? Like, Kyler Murray literally couldn't break the glass ceiling at all. And you're gonna like people should be rating this team at all. It should be, where are the Cardinals? 4th in the division. Why are the Cardinals 4th in the division? Because it's the Cardinals. I don't even need to explain. No, you don't have to explain. They don't have to explain. She, they, them don't have to explain. It's the Cardinals. Stop telling me your team is going to be good one day It's not until your owner sells the team and then whoever takes over the Cardinals, they're just gonna move them to somewhere else. Yeah, sucks to be an Arizona fan these days. Terrible. There's not one Arizona franchise that has a competent owner. I mean, the Diamondbacks, they're clueless on how to run a team. They went to the World Series and they're tearing that shit down so fast. Ay. Anyways, anybody else?
Oh yeah, I want to say something else too. Kyler Murray, you gotta take the poison pill and get rid of Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Via a trade with Miami, and you get tuna the fish.
No,
sandwich
you don't
for
want
1 year.
Tua.
Just
that
watch.
ain't happening.
Just watch.
No.
I'm gonna be dancing in
Just
circles.
take the poison pill. Just take the pill.
I just want to say this real quick, because I feel like it's something nice to say. Since in the 21st century, I believe that most coaches most teams have had a coach that has been there for over 7 or 8 years. If I remember, like, when you think about it, Mike Tomlin, Belichick, Lovie Smith, not Kevin O'Connell, Mike McCarthy. Here's an interesting little stat that I just found out. The Cardinals are currently one of 2 teams that have only had a coach stay for 6 years. You want to know what the other team that is that hasn't had a coach for more than 7 years?
Wait. Before you say, what's the stat going from?
Since the 2000s.
Don't tell me it's also the Falcons, because I feel like
No, it's not.
No,
You want to know?
Who's the other team?
The Cleveland Browns.
Is this in
Yeah.
the 1990s or 1980s, or was this modern day Browns?
This is modern day Browns.
A year?
Yeah, I think he said from the year 2000, so the turn of the millennium.
Oh yeah, the new Browns.
Yeah. Mike Smith was there for 7 years in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay. I forgot how long
your-
how long Dan Quinn was, but yeah, no, Smith, yeah.
Like, even a team like the Titans, like, in their very short history, Jeff Fisher, Mr. 9 and 8 himself, or 7 and 9
No,
himself.
7 and 9.
Like, he was there for a long time. Like, the Bears, Lovie Smith, he was there for a long time. Detroit, I could have sworn Jim Caldwell was at least there for 7 years.
He was there for. I don't think he was actually there for. I think he was there for less than. I know he was there for less than 7 years.
Well, whether or not my data could just be dumb, and I'm just talking out of my ass. But from what I looked up, being compared to the Cleveland Browns is never a good thing.
Yeah, being a Browns is not good.
That is never
Also,
good.
too, this team is one of the few teams to have not won a game to not won a playoff game in over 10 years.
That's understandable, because it's the Cardinals. And I think we need to start saying this in the same sentence. Guys, it's the Cardinals. Like,
Yeah.
like the same way we say it's the Browns, guys, it's the fucking Cardinals.
This is who they
This
are.
is the team that thought Kevin Cobb was going to be a good answer.
You know, I think my worst take at the end of the day is that I thought that I thought the Cardinals were going to be a good team this year. Maybe not in the traditional sense. I thought they would be like one of those demon teams. They would squeak into the playoffs and go on a demon run, just like they did in 2007, 2008. But But no, just like they did in 2008. But no, this is probably the worst year the Cardinals have had in a very long time. This might be even worse than the Steve Wilkes year because Steve Wilkes didn't really have anything. He had one of the biggest busts in recent memory and was fired after a year. Gannon had everything, and he still sucks.
This team has had This team has had 3 different head coaches in 7 years. Or, my bad, 3 different head coaches in 8 years. That's like Bears territory. That's not good. We could talk more about this team ad nauseum, but there's another team that is an embarrassment that we have to talk about. Or actually, both these teams are embarrassing. I'm gonna have a hot take for everyone here. I think if the Saints and the Titans both have very good off seasons this year, they are dark horse playoff contenders. Because holy shit, both of the
I'm gonna disagree with the Steelers. I'd say maybe the Titans.
Saints. No, Saints I can see it. Titans, no.
Oh yes, I remember the new.
Sorry, Saints, yes. Oh my god, Tyler Shuck has it. I don't know what it is, but he has it.
Tyler Shuck and Cam Ward were dueling on Sunday. They without a care in the world.
Just playing for the love of the game.
I think Shuck had the better team, 100%. But I will give credit to Cam Ward. He was always behind Tyler Shuck. Unfortunately, the Titans did have a 13-point lead at the start of the second quarter. Yeah.
I really do believe if the Saints had not started as bad as they did, they would win this division.
If they beat Miami and they find a way to beat the Patriots, this team's probably in the playoffs.
Maybe they should have signed Derek Carr again.
Derek Carr's
Tyler Shuck is very fun.
Dude, tell me about can I just say something? The 2024 Saints, they were like, ooh, are the Saints back with Derek Carr after the first 2 games?
That shit faded.
Then they lost to the Eagles.
You know how funny it is? That shit, they went 2-0 and then lost every single fucking, not every
No, they won 5-12.
I actually do. I want to talk about the other team, by the way, regarding the Cardinals game. This seems to be a real common trend. Since he starts bad, they're mismanaged to hell and back. There's like 50,000 injuries, and then they right the ship at the last moment when it's too late. And the same cycle repeats. They can't bottom out because Joe Burrow exists. But that is kind of but that just means they're not gonna make any willful changes.
Why?
Zach Taylor is still the head coach.
I'm gonna be.
And I defended him.
Just how I say that it's the fucking Cardinals. It's the Bungles. Do you think the Bungles are gonna? They kept Marvin. All the evidence you need. They kept Marvin Lewis for far too long. Marvin Lewis doesn't matter. Oh, he won playoff games. Do you really think he should have been coaching this team for 16 years? Even half of that length? No, Mike Brown's a cheap ass.
Unfortunately, Zach Taylor signed a 5-year contract in 2022. So
you know how fireable that still is, and he's not gonna do it. He's gonna extend the man.
No, I think if anything, Zach Taylor's last year is definitely next year.
I'm willing to
now?
put $1 down that he's going to be coaching the Bengals until 2035. I don't see it. It's because it's Mike Brown. He is one of the worst owners in football. Zach Taylor should have been fired after his comments about, oh, we don't need to prove our own name for Joe Burrow. Our golden unicorn. We don't need to protect him. Nah. Yeah, you hear stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready to write. I'm never gonna write in this team. I will always write off this team as, okay, do you have a quarterback under a rookie contract that's really good? No, you don't. Next!
You want to know the funniest thing about the Bengals? They have had 3 separate franchise quarterbacks.
And Mike Brown has done
Carson
nothing
Palmer,
to build around
Andy
them.
Dalton, Joe Burrow.
What has Mike Brown done to really... And how... Like, Carson Palmer and Joe Burrow have both asked, yo, if we were to spend more money on our team, we'd be really good. Mike Brown's like, no, figure it out. That's why I paid you guys.
How did this team make the Super Bowl?
Fluky stuff. Just straight up fluky stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Runs happen. That's
it
how it
happens.
goes.
It was a perfect storm, too.
2 crazy
It-
chokes from the Titans and the Chiefs, and
A
an almost
perfect
choke
storm.
from the Rams.
But yeah, fucking... But back to Saints and Titans. Shuck and Ward, they look very good. I hope that they both do very well. They are very fun to watch, and they are good for the game of football. Now,
Now I'm
obviously...
actually saying, oh god, just thinking about that game and Tyler Shuck, dude, the Buccaneers may genuinely, like, the NFC South race is so tight. Like, it is crazy how, like, I could see the Saints winning against the Falcons on Sunday because Tyler Shuck is on a hot streak.
I do, too.
And also because the Saints and Falcons love to split the season series.
Oh yeah, and they love to. Yeah, no. So I'm in, and I'm pretty sure it's in. I was about to say Baton
It's in
Rouge.
Atlanta.
I think it's. Is it
It's in
Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Oh.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, no, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. There's like, sorry, I have to go back to this chart to see because this is like my how do I figure out how does life happen?
But yeah, good. I just wanted to say, congratulations to the I mean, not Falcons. Congratulations to the Saints and Titans. They may have their guys. Now, please get them some help next year. Well, let's get into some of the more meaningful games now. First things first, let's just go over Patriots Jets because I'm sure we don't have anything to say other than haha, the Jets suck.
I think chat. I think the Patriots. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being bottom feeders, 10 being Super Bowl, where do you honestly rank the Patriots? Because for me, low key, I know it's a meme, but their schedule is kind of easy. I'm giving them a 3. Their
That's a
schedule
fair
is kind of
sentiment.
easy.
That's a fair sentiment. Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
that's-
this team. If this team got bounced round 1, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that's like this is the outcome that was gonna happen, but I wouldn't be. It wouldn't fade. They're like, again, hey, you win the games that are put in front of you, but when you look at their schedule, man, that schedule is really easy.
Listen,
It's,
I agree. You win the games. You have
Yep.
to win. You play the games you have to play. All I'll say is this, because I agree, the schedule's easy as hell. But I will also say this: the Patriots have an easy schedule. But it's really funny whenever people say that because nobody, and anyone who says otherwise, and even I'm saying this as someone who is higher on the Patriots.
No one thought they would be this good.
Yeah,
no
no
one.
one thought they'd be a playoff team.
Here, let
no
me
one
see.
did.
What's that one?
But I want
what's
to
that
say on
one-
the contrary. I want to say on the contrary too. Can we just talk about how badly Aaron Glenn's draft coaching stock has fallen off a cliff? I actually don't even want to consider him one of the worst coaches because it's year 1. First year head coaches struggle. I get
Is
that.
he a
but-
one-hit wonder though?
Yeah, but this is kind of like this is starting to turn into like a Brian Callahan territory. Saying that the Jets didn't quit when they were down 35-3 at the half is ludicrous.
Yeah.
They went for a fake punt twice
what he
on
said.
the same
Contradicting
drive.
what he said earlier, by the way. And I think that's the biggest crime of that. contradicted what he said the previous day, walked back those statements, and just made a fool out of himself.
Is Aaron
And I
Glenn-
said what I said earlier about the Cardinals, and it applies to the Jets too. Glenn's gonna be the head coach going forward, because nobody else wants to be a head coach of the New York Jets under Woody Johnson. Nobody's gonna want that.
What happened? Like, is Aaron Glenn just not built to be a head coach?
Honestly,
I
I just don't think it really matters who's the head coach for the Jets. They have Woody Johnson. Oh, he's already become one of the worst, if not the worst owner in all of the NFL since Snyder left.
Well,
They're
one
worse. There are worse owners.
If he might not be the most evil of them all. I don't think he's
Bottom
not
three owner.
evil and
Bottom
stuff,
three owner. Definitely
but
bottom three owner.
But I definitely do believe he's the most incompetent of them all. He's kind of like Dick Montfort. He's just incompetent. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Man.
I
But
feel
he
like
loves
that-
Madden ratings.
Dad, can you tell me about the Aaron Glenn dance he did on the sidelines? They lost that game, but I still think about that dance. That I've never seen a coach so fired up on the sidelines, him doing that little jiggy, and then they're like 3 and 13 right now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, again, I'm not counting out Aaron Glenn getting fired because we've seen crazier happen before. No one thought Steve Wilkes was going to be fired. I think it's possible Aaron Glenn could get fired. Like,
After what happened with
not-
Gerard Mayo, I would not be shocked if Aaron Glenn gets fired.
It's not completely out of the realm of possibility, but I do think the difference between the Jets and the Patriots is the Patriots, the moment they fired Gerard Mayo, they knew immediately they were going to hire Mike
they know
Vrabel.
they knew who their guy was. I think, which I feel bad. What is Gerard Mayo doing nowadays? Like,
I don't even think he's doing it.
probably.
like I feel bad for him. I feel bad because he was put in a situation to be a scapegoat, and like he was there for 1 year. I'm sure the Pats were already like, as soon as old boy is done, we're getting him. We're snatching up Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, he's not
So
doing anything right now.
I feel bad for him. Like he gets the world thrown at him, and he responds. Listen, he's first time head coach. And then they just kicked him to a curb. I just feel bad for that.
Like,
The USA
genuinely-
is out of the World Juniors.
The
Oh.
thing is, too, the Jets had a roster to compete. The Patriots last year didn't. That is the night and day thing. Like, that defense on the Jets, like, they carried Aaron Rodgers for a good portion of the season previous year. And this year, with Aaron Glenn under coaching, they sucked. And I don't think a 1-year regression is a complete thing on the defense. It has to be on coaching.
It does.
Again,
and
well,
granted,
here's the-
Steve-
I
granted, hold on.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say it says stuff about Aaron Glenn. It also says stuff about Steve Wilkes being completely cooked as a defensive coordinator. We're not gonna deny that. Steve Wilkes just did a terrible job as defensive coordinator. That did not help.
Was he defensive coordinator last year when Saleh got fired? Because that defense
No,
regressed.
Oh, he was
that
the
defense
he was the DC of the Jets this year. He was the DC of.
Oh,
he also got fired. He got fired during
I
the
remember
season.
the Jets regressed defensively after Saleh got fired last
They
year. I'm
did.
pretty sure. Like they
Yes,
were
they
decent,
did.
like in the beginning of the decent in terms of Jet standards, but like then they just fell off a cliff after Saleh got fired.
hmm But I'm gonna go back to the point I made earlier, and it's like this is the one thing that would probably save Aaron Glenn, outside the fact that the Jets are gonna be tanking for these next couple of years. Probably the one thing that's saving him is you're gonna see an open spot for head coaching, and they're gonna look at it and see, oh, I'm gonna be coaching for Woody Johnson. I don't want to fucking coach for Woody Johnson, and that's going to be that.
The issue is they have the first round picks that the Jets have that's going to entice someone. That is a very good bargaining chip. Woody Johnson sucks 100%, but you have the choice of your franchise players. You have a top 3 pick and another potential, if you get everything right, another potential guy that will help your team for a good while. Again, it would not surprise me if Aaron Glenn was a one and done.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm also just like, it's just, as I said with the Patriots had a plan. I don't know if the Jets have a plan when it comes to coaching.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. I guess at the
it's
end of
also,
the day,
it's not, at the end of the day, it's not just helped by the record. It's also, and this is just, I just want to bring this up because we got to get a move along, but I just want to bring this up. Worst point differential in December in NFL history.
yeah. Well, let's get into while we're on the stat train, we might as well just get it over with. Philip Rivers has retired once again.
Yeah, tell me about the 2-week Linsandy Philip Rivers run.
3-week.
3-week Linsandy run. You know what?
That thing is that he was better than the Colts defense against the 49ers, because that was sad.
Listen,
That was
Philip,
a peak Chargers
clearly,
moment.
it's shocking that was the best case scenario. The best person they could call was Philip Rivers, but like Rivers didn't play trash. Clearly,
He played better than Anthony Richardson, and that is really sad.
clearly, Father Time was not in at his door. He was sitting right next to him, and be like, "So you're gonna let me into your house?" Like, you know, it's man, the Colts are just actually as a whole. Just what happened, man? You talk about a collapse. That was a generational
It's not even their
collapse.
fault. The worst thing, it's not even their fault. Are you going to trust like Riley Leonard to lead this team to the postseason? They made the right choice. It's just we were blinded by the fact that Philip Rivers was fun, and unfortunately, the correct answer is they did everything that they were supposed to do.
I mean,
Really, but 1-7 though.
I think
1-7.
I look back on it. I think it was because wasn't it because Riley Leonard was hurt?
No, I mean, he was hurt too, but he
was.
wasn't hurt enough to where he couldn't play. It's still the correct option. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I mean, they tried.
They tried. They very much tried.
They tried. There's, we've seen worse efforts out there. I'll give kudos to that.
I mean, to be fair, at least Rivers got to go out one more time, because most people don't get that chance. At the very least, there's something positive to go off of this. At least Rivers went out a lot better than most people do, because Eli Manning never got that chance. Philip Rivers, he got that chance.
His last game was
but-
a playoff game.
Right, but also at the same time, when do you ever get the opportunity to come back to play again for something meaningful, nonetheless? He tried, and that's the best thing that we can say about that. At least at the end of the day, he tried. Whether or not it was good, even though I don't think it was bad at all, he tried. And that's the only thing that you can really say at the end of the day. He gave it his all. What else do you want?
Only two. Nope. Yeah, it's only two.
3 games.
Oh no, one. I'm talking about games where they lost by multiple scores after the bye. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Just an utter collapse after the bye is.
I want to say that I feel like the biggest thing that happened was that Jonathan Taylor became a complete shell.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Taylor was in MVP talks. Like,
Yeah, nobody's talked about him in weeks, and I feel like that's the reason. Well, that's the reason, and I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why the Colts fell off. The biggest reason is, of course, the Daniel Jones injury, but Jonathan Taylor was definitely second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, let's see. This is.
Well, I'd
after
argue that Jonathan Taylor was first because, well,
Hit
I don't
down
think
is
he
after
had a
the
100-yard game since I don't think he's
No.
had a 100-yard game since the Chiefs collapse.
Not
No,
purely
here
it is.
rushing, but yeah. He not purely rushing, but yeah.
Here, this is his stat. This is his stat. Hold on, let me see. Here, I think after the after the pit
Atlanta
game,
game.
is their bye. So after the pit game is their bye. This is his stats. I guess I'll zoom out so you can. Yeah. I mean, like, still putting up close to 100-yard games.
Yeah, it's just. I think it was also like it's a mix of losing Daniel Jones.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm so stupid. Nope, sorry. This is the beginning of the season. Nope, it's this. I don't know why
Yeah,
it started
it's right
from.
there.
Never mind. Oh yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Kind of radio silent. Sorry. Yeah. So
But yeah, losing Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor slowing down,
So yeah, after the Atlanta
defense
game.
getting rampaged with injuries and all that, and it was a bad combination of everything, and just it leads to what the Colts have become this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Sorry. I don't know why it started. The older stuff was at the bottom. Sorry. Yeah. After the Chiefs game, he has not gone over 100 yards. I think from scrimmage. Never mind. Not from scrimmage here, but yeah. Yeah, Dad, tell me about the Chiefs collapse. That was just.
Colts. Well, both. Actually, sorry, my apologies. Both collapsed hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It did allow
well-
Houston to be. It did allow Houston to become the first team in NFL history to start 0-3 in multiple seasons and make the playoffs. Because the same
Yeah.
thing happened in 2018.
What
They
a
started
gr-
0-3 and made the playoffs.
What a
They're
great
the first team to do it
resilient
twice.
team. This team could go deep in the playoffs, man.
They
Yeah.
could, but they could also be a first-round exit.
Yeah, any team could be a first round exit this year. Genuinely.
Well, let's get in. What do you guys want to talk about first? The NFC South or the AFC North?
Let's do the AFC North. That's fun.
Yeah, I guess that's fair because we already talked about the Ravens. So, guys, in a must-win game, I have to ask: do you guys think the Pittsburgh Steelers won against a bottom beater division
Of course
rival?
they didn't. How else would they get to
No.
9-8 Super Bowl?
No. I
Dude,
mean,
I don't-
honestly,
no.
I will take.
I believe what Myles Garrett said. I believe whatever Myles Garrett said. They cared more about him getting the rushing, not breaking the sack record. I believe him. I believe that was totally the game plan. This was an easy money, like bread basket game. Your grandma made fresh loaf of bread. She's German, so she's really good at it, and handed you fresh loaf of bread, and you forgot to answer her call. This was a gimme game for the Steelers. This was. You needed this. This is against Shadur's standards and the Cleveland Browns. Listen, no game is an easy win in the NFL. We know that. But come on, Steelers.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where it's I look at that and I go, just get out, you know. I know
Your
that
first
it's a
reaction.
joke. Like we all joke about how this team is like, oh, ha 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 ha, they're gonna go 9-8 again. I'm like, you know, the week before I'm like, oh shit, they won. They're at 9 wins. You got the Browns. You win. You clinch a playoff spot, and you blew it. What the fuck? You blew it. And then I just clap. You know, like the most, like in the most asshole, sarcastic way I could think of. I'm just going like,
Yeah, Yeah, look, man. Why the fuck is Aaron Rodgers constantly doing this shit, dude? Like, the funniest thing about this most recent game is, like, it's 100% on him at the very end. Because, guys, they threw the ball to Marquez Valdez-Scantling 3 times in a row. In a crucial need to get a touchdown moment. You want to know what happens?
Like,
Well, what Taegan? What happens?
You fucking lose. You lose. He threw him to MBS 3 fucking times. I'm sorry, that's not how you win football games, by throwing to your drinking pal.
you couldn't have ran the ball.
It was a complete disaster. Entirely on the offense. It was a complete and utter disaster.
Aaron Rod, dude, I
For the
saw someone.
Steelers.
I don't know if you guys seen it, and I don't remember their name, but I saw someone like some guy on Twitter was doing film analysis on Aaron Rodgers. Like, yeah, he's lost his touch on the game, man. Like,
It's a complete failure. It's a complete failure on the offense. And I had a feeling it was going to happen because you know what the Steelers love doing? They love playing down the competition. They fucking love doing this shit. It's what they do best.
well,
Like,
sadly,
Look
they
how
can't only do 9
predictable
in
this
Super-
continuously is.
they
This
can't do
is
9
so.
in Super Bowl.
There's
The
only
fact
one
that we
stat.
at the start of the year can see this coming a mile away. Like, for real!
I gotta
Like,
see what the-
we saw
see
this,
what the
this shit was
Steelers'
coming a mile
record has
away,
been.
man.
There's only one stat that matters from all of this. There's only one stat that matters. The Steelers are winless in their past 5 games versus teams entering 8 games or more below 500, tying the longest such streak in NFL history. Those games were 2020 against the 2-10-1 Bengals. They lost that game on Monday Night Football. 2021, they tied against the winless Lions in Dan Campbell's first year. 2023, they lost to the 2-10 Cardinals. 2023, they lost to the 2-10 Patriots, Bill Belichick's final year with the team. And now,
I remember that game. That
They
was
lost to the-
horrible.
and now they've lost to the 3-12 Browns. In a situation where if they win, they're in the playoffs. And they just cannot beat teams that are 8 games below 500. They just can't. This is what the Steelers fucking do. And the fact that it was so easy to see this coming. So many people, I think even Steelers fans, are not even surprised by this. They knew this was coming. They knew this is what the Steelers do. This is tradition. This is the
Right.
Steeler way.
Guys, this is the two. If you guys are looking at my screen, these are the 2 outcomes that can happen in terms of you're either 9-8 and miss the playoffs, or 10-7 and make the playoffs. This team is getting bounced who's the current 5th seed? Who is the current 5th seed right now?
Texans.
Oh, they're getting bounced. Oh my god. Aaron Rodgers is going to, when he sees big beefy Will Levis screaming off the left side, Aaron Rodgers is going to start praying to God. They're getting bounced round 1 over the Texans. Like, it's not funny. If the Texans are the 5th seed, heck, I don't care. Any team that's the 5th seed is bouncing the Steelers, bro. Oh my god, dude, this team is so mid. This is why the Steelers have been number 1 in their division for a while, but they've been off my power rankings mostly because they're so mid. And unfortunately,
There's a reason I didn't put them on until after the Lions game, where I pretty much had no choice to. I waited that long because the Steelers are just such a fundamentally broken team in so many ways, but they just find ways to win games, and it's just, we're talking about the AFC North here. It's so fitting. It's the most AFC North stuff to happen that it all comes down to the 8-8 Ravens and the 9-7 Steelers on Sunday Night Football to decide who wins the division and goes to the playoffs. Of course, it comes down to that.
Mike Tomlin's only missed the playoffs 6 times since he's been head coach.
Yeah,
He's been
and
the
how many
coach
games
since-
has he won
Why is he
in the
still
playoffs?
justified being here, man? Like, for real.
Well,
What does
Well,
he do?
What does he even do?
unfortunately, with that loss, the Steelers now have to play on Sunday Night Football. Everyone, I just wanted to clarify Sunday Night Football. Why aren't you clapping, everyone?
You guys talk about SEC bias. Let's talk about AFC bias.
There's some kind of
Everyone
bias.
clapped. Sunday Night Football, Ravens, Steelers. Get these fucking teams out of here, dude.
It should have been
No one
honest
wants
to God.
this shit.
Honest to God, if you had to pick a bad conference, it should have been the NFC South.
It really should have
Oh my
been.
god, no, because then you have to wait for the fucking goddamn. You have to wait.
Actually,
to see
no,
Falcons games.
no,
Yeah,
no.
actually, you're
not
right.
I
We
realize.
get to the
True.
NFC South now.
Oh no, I'm getting to that
it.
right now. We're gonna first start with Seahawks, Panthers. Luke.
We won. Next, on to the Niners. I've got no comment.
Yeah, Sam Darnold did not play too well again, but guys, believe it or not, Sam Darnold has not played well in the first half for like 90% of all 90% of all Seahawks games. And they still keep on winning. Bryce Young.
My blueberry man.
Can
You are. I think the Panthers literally are a heads or tails team. They can go back from. They can go from being like, oh hey, this team can do something. Yeah, this, just this.
You know, let me say
Just
this real
right
quick.
here.
The Bucks don't deserve to be here. If they end up winning the AFC South, then there is no justice in this
NFC.
world. They're a disgrace.
Yeah. Your point, Ren, and I've been saying this for so long now. I'm gonna say it until the Panthers prove me wrong on it. They win one week, they lose the next week. They win one week, they lose the next week. They lost this past week. They're gonna win this week. This is how this goes.
The
They're
status
gonna
quo is
win.
the Status quo.
That's a-
Again, it's just like, look at this. Oh, we beat the number 1 seed Rams. Let's go. And we lost to the Tyler Shuck things. No, actually, hold on. Here,
Shucks.
no, this. Look at us guys. We beat the Green Bay Packers. That's a very hard team. We did it. Lost to the Saints. Hey, look at us guys. We came back down against the Falcons and we won it. Lost to the Niners. Hey man, look at us. We just beat the number 1 seed Rams. Lost to the Saints. Hey man, we just beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look at us go. We lost to the Seahawks. Like coin flip.
and Bryce Young looked terrible.
This is a
This
coin
has been
flip.
going on since October.
Side
this is
note,
a coin flip game.
breaking news from the Seahawks. Torrey Horton is not expected to return this year.
Oh, that's.
I just got ESPN. Seahawks not planning on Torrey Horton to return this year. His injury's going to keep him out for the rest of the season. It's kind of a big blow to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean that's why you got Rashid Shaheed. though, to
Okay,
return
my last
picks.
point. I do have a genuine point, not just some. I mean, I might be an asshole, but genuine point I do have here. Ever since Torrey Horton went out, like having Torrey Horton on the offensive side of the ball really added a really good offensive dynamic to the Seahawks. And ever since he's been injured, I feel like that's when I noticed the offense not click as much as it has versus when Torrey Horton wasn't on the field. I think they really miss him in a way. I think they miss him quite a bit. So yeah, you know.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It's quite unfortnite in a way. Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's time to give Tampa Bay their coal.
Oh man, dude. Dad, tell me about early season Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well,
They were special.
Ren, they were a football team.
You're telling me Baker Mayfield was going to be an MVP?
I liked how
nods his
clutch
head.
Baker was, but maybe that. Do you ever think
What happened to
that?
Baker, man? He lost his aura. Give me.
Like, I look at the
He lost
comebacks
his
that
aura.
they had, early this year, right? They had such incredible comebacks this year. What happened?
They
What
got
happened
cooked
to
by
that?
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers, I guess, but like this is a.
You
good,
remember
like,
the Rams game where Baker got hurt?
maybe he hasn't recovered. That's
Yeah, that's where it's.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what? You know what? That's so true. You know what? You said what game? The Rams?
Rams
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? That's so true. Baker Mayfield seems like the person that will play through an injury, and he really shouldn't. That's what killed him. That's what killed him. He threw for 346 and lost. What happened?
You know what else doesn't help though for Tampa Bay? It doesn't help when Bucky Irving and Rashad White combined for only 29
Yeah,
rushing yards.
what happened,
True.
dude? No. So I watched the. I
Their
don't know if y'all.
defense has been awful
I
recently.
don't know if y'all watched the KTO video.
Yeah.
That he did on the teams. Yeah, no, the promising weapons of Mbuka, Emeka Mbigbu, and the other guy. Like, yeah, no, what happened to the offensive production? Mike Evans got injured. We're gonna scratch that off. Evans got injured. He is like, when he's on the field, he hogs up attention. But what happened to your number 2 wide receiver and your running back just didn't step up?
yeah,
Like,
that's.
Your defense regressed. Like, not to say they had of course they still don't have the key pieces of their Super Bowl team, but the Tampa Bay defense has been at least something that can, if the offense does their job, they can win a football game, but their defense kind of just stopped.
It's been the trend really since that Monday night game against the Lions. They have not been the same team since that game. It feels like even when they beat New Orleans afterwards, they did not play well offensively. And outside of like 1 or 2 games, they really have just not played well offensively, and defensively, like, they've not been good either. And I feel like it's not a coincidence that their secondary really has fallen off once Jamel Dean got hurt, and it's not exactly recovered since, and that's how you're out here getting cooked by Quinn Ewers.
Not only
Like-
that too, but like
Just impressive.
the entire run game just got fucking. It's gone. They got
Mhm.
buried by Devon. They got buried by Devon Achane, which is a good running back, mind you. But like, what happened to Vita Vea? He was like the main reason as to why this defense was that good.
Their pass
And now
rush has
it's-
sucked this year. It's not been good this year.
And I don't get that. It's so odd.
Like, I have Carolina winning against Tampa Bay for multiple reasons, and 2 of them are, well, Carolina's, heads or tails team, but also Tampa Bay's just checked out under Bowles. They're completely checked out.
Yeah,
like,
Todd
I-
Bowles ain't it.
How long
Like,
has Bowles
this is
been
the
head
game
coach?
that-
How?
Too long. If I'm gonna be honest.
Can't imagine how they're checking out, given how many times he's thrown them under the bus.
Yeah, no, he has lost. I feel like he's gonna lose the locker room. Like,
I feel like he's already lost the locker room.
I mean, it feels, someone, I looked at an article because, they're suffering a lot, but, I saw an article from like one of these websites that, talks about the New York Jets, and they said like, yeah, they noticed a lot of similarities between Bowles' final year with the Jets and Bowles' 2025 with
all
the
right.
Bucks.
Can I just say something? It is very funny that Bruce Arians came in, won a Super Bowl, and just said, "No, I'm good." I know he went to a front office job, but I just like he was here for 3 years, gave Tampa Bay the best time of their life, and then just said, "I'm good. Bye now."
I feel like
have
it was regarding Bruce Arians, it really felt like you had to really push him to keep coaching this team. I feel like he wanted to just end his coaching tenure on a high note and just win the Super Bowl and then just dip. Because I feel like if you think of it, after Tom Brady, what's there, honestly?
Again, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I know we're talking about Tampa, but can we just talk about how Quinn Ewers, over these 2 games, he hasn't looked terrible. He's looked
He hasn't.
fine.
It's been fine.
He's done what he's had to
Honestly-
do.
Honestly, I would keep him going for a QB battle going into next year.
He'll be retained on the roster, yes.
Yeah. But
I just want to say one more thing about Todd Bowles. I think Todd Bowles is like he's a good coach for when you need someone to keep things stable and all of that, like to be like one of those head coaches that just
James Franklin.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call him a James Franklin. I'd call him more like would be a good comparison. He's more like who would be a good comparison? Because he won a Super Bowl though. I don't know.
Doug
It's kind of
Peterson?
Doug Peterson. It's more in the same way where it's like Doug Peterson's brought in to provide some stability. Todd Bowles' job was to provide stability. He does not provide much more outside of that, and we are seeing why that is the case with him. Because I mean, it's year 4. It's where things aren't going well under him, and
Which is very
Yeah, I
funny
don't
to say things aren't going well for him when he's won what's it called? Let's see, in his tenure, 1, 2, 3 back-to-back divisional
I mean,
titles.
But that's
look at
because
those
Yeah.
I
records,
feel like
though.
that says more
Yeah,
about
those
just how
records are
bad the
bad.
South has been, in my
that too.
opinion.
Yeah. It also says actually there is one more thing I want to talk about with this Bucs coaching staff. There is one more thing. Having so many rotating offensive coordinators was bound to bite this team in the ass at some point because they've had so many different offensive coordinators over the years, and it feels like now their luck has officially run out because you're not going to have a Dave Canellis every year. You're not going to have a Liam Cohen every year. And this year it finally bit them in the ass.
It's not even their fault, in all honesty. Like, people want to say, oh, losing Ben Johnson was so bad. The fucking Buccaneers lost 2 back-to-back head coaches. I feel like more than anything, that is the most damning part about this team. 2 of those coaches are, like very good. Like, legitimately, like, potential to be longer than 10 years good.
Yeah, and they're playing one of those coaches. They're playing one of those coaches Saturday.
He's done a very good job. It's incredible what like look at like how the Panthers. It feels like they're almost there, about to turn that page to true competitive status. Like, it's insane to watch. They're
But
almost
Bryce
the fact
Young,
that they're
man.
almost there. It's just if Bryce Young can start to turn that page. Holy smokes! Watch out for this Bucks. Sorry, this
Panthers.
Because this Panthers team is gonna be really good. We just need, the good things to happen where he starts to really turn that page to become a really genuine quarterback.
The thing is, Bryce Young is
look
in
at what
year
Liam Cohen
3.
has done in
That's the
Jacksonville. Like, I've been waiting forever to see Travion Lawrence, the same guy that I
Devontae
saw
Lawrence.
at Clemson for 3 years. I've been waiting for that Travion Lawrence, and I think we're just about there, and it's only one. Wow.
Yeah. As I said, Tampa Bay, it was inevitable. It was inevitable this would bite you in the ass.
We'll see tomorrow. What do you
Unfortunately,
got?
lightning does not strike twice. Or 3 times.
The last thing I want to say about both these teams, for Carolina, I'm sorry, man. I hear so much good things about Bryce Young, but when there's games like New Orleans, the first one, San Francisco, Seattle, and even stuff like, where he didn't even do a single thing against the Falcons in the first game, where he did fuck all against the Patriots, Jacksonville. Like, I'm sorry, man. Bryce Young just screams journeyman quarterback.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm at that.
He seems like he's going to be a journeyman quarterback really
I don't see
soon.
that, mainly only because of his height. I think his height still may be a detractor for some teams.
To be fair,
By the way, guys, Bryce Young has not had
Bryce Young is in year 3, right?
Yes.
3.
I feel
Want to
like
know the funniest thing about Bryce Young? He has a 400-yard game. He has a 400-yard game, a 300-yard game, and a 200-yard game. The rest of his games are under 200 yards. Passing. He does not do enough.
The note that I kind of have with Bryce Young is that, again, usually I want to give quarterbacks 3 years to really figure it out. And for the Panthers' sake, you're gonna give Bryce Young his 5th-year option because you're gonna do everything in your power to justify Bryce Young. You're not gonna give up on him just because you're gonna let him walk in free agency, no matter what. If he doesn't turn out, I don't think you're gonna just give up on him, because then you're gonna be like, man, we traded up a massive haul to invest in Bryce Young to be like 3 years later, he ain't it. You're gonna do everything you can to try and justify him being a franchise QB, even though we all look at him and we're like, yeah, this guy ain't really a franchise QB, unfortunately. And I mean, I have to give him a grade, and his grade as of now is B-. For French, he's gonna a journeyman fringe starting quarterback. B-.
He's a C+ in my eyes. What has he done? Mitch Trubisky went off against the Buccaneers once. Bryce Young did the same. Ironically, I mean, granted, the Falcons aren't the Buccaneers, and that he had to go pull out that game. But like, look, man, Bryce Young is very Mitch Trubisky-esque. And you want to know something going into next year? If he blows this game against Tampa, which is very possible, I don't care if they make a playoff game. If that happens, they're going to bring in someone to compete with him, and it's not going to be fucking 35-year-old Andy Dalton.
I don't know yet.
Malik Willis.
I don't think you're going to bring competition in for year 4. You're going to bring it in for year 5.
We didn't think that for Mitch Trubisky a while ago, and look what happened.
But then you brought in Nick Foles, and then you looked around, you're like, there's no way Nick Foles can compete with Mitch Trubisky. You'll figure it out. I mean, they're kind of on the same tier, honestly. It's a wait and see. There's still a game to be played, and even then, like, he might be just a late bloomer. Sam Darnold was a late bloomer.
Geno Smith
was a late bloomer. Like, the dots are gonna
late bloomers don't work out on their teams, though. That's my thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Regardless, the Panthers fucked up drafting Bryce Young.
They would have fucked up no matter who they've drafted. they
no,
fucked up
I don't even think that.
Bryce Young, like CJ Stroud looks like he had the high ceiling, but he's like settling into borderline B, and I think they would have not developed him at all. I don't think they developed CJ Stroud either.
The Panthers should at least be lucky that they didn't get the literal prototype Cam Newton and Anthony Richardson. They are so lucky. If they got Anthony Richardson, this team would be playing in San Diego by now, and I'm not even joking. Maybe not San Diego, but you get my point. Regardless, with the Panthers and Bucks loss, and with the Falcon... Oh, wait, I guess we should briefly gloss over that. The Falcons beat the Rams. And,
dang, I get the brief one? Dang.
No, speak your fucking mind.
Nah, the Rams really should have won that game. That was an easy dub game. No, that was not a catch.
Robinson won my fantasy league.
Puka, to all you Puka defenders, that, no, that was not a catch. You can see the ball get jarred loose. That's not a catch. Man, but I can tell you one thing. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see, but Atlanta looks like they won that trade, man. They defensive rookies have been outstanding this year, bro. They picked off Stafford. They were rubbing up Stafford and making him feel uncomfortable. Now they kind of were blowing that game, but man, that defense, man, hype stuff for next year, man. That's gonna be lit. We got if one of the DBs on our team doesn't win Defensive Rookie of the Year, I will riot. I just will. Listen, I think one of our guys, I forgot his name, is
You're
leading
getting
all rookies
Carson
in stats.
Smashinger is gonna win it, man. I'm sorry. The white boy from UCLA is going to win it.
Man.
They're trying to keep the black man down. It's
I'm
crazy.
thinking the same
But
thing.
yeah, with that happening, Saturday tomorrow is technically for the division, but not really. If Tampa Bay wins, they don't clinch shit. They have to hope the Saints beat the Falcons.
And
And
ain't
if
that
the
just the funniest outcome that could fucking happen?
So basically, the race for the NFC South is between all four teams in terms of it matters. Well, that's if the Bucks win.
Yeah,
the Bucks, the fact that it's still like that, that's fucking funny, man.
Which is very funny because I'm going to tell you what the mindset of it is. The Falcons and Saints do not care about any outside noise. Whatever happens in Mercedes-Benz, that's just between the Falcons and the Saints. The two rivals, they're just gonna play ball. I think whatever outside noise doesn't matter because if it had been a different team, maybe, but nah.
Isn't that weird enough that with the scenario that is I think it's the Saints and Falcons are such a perfect rivalry in this too, where these two teams don't care what outcome happens for their division rival, right? Now they just want to beat the other team. Like the hatred with the rivalry, those two cuts down deep. You might determine
Falcons
the
lead it
division
56.
winner.
Listen, the Falcons lead the rivalry. I'm pretty sure 56-55. So 1 game lead.
well, now that all that's said and done, we have
actually, you know what? No, I think I take it. No, I forgot. No, we can't just ignore the Rams. They're playing for. They're not no longer not.
We're
playing
gonna
for
get
the
to them in a bit. That's the reason why I bring it up because we have 2 more games to go over, and then the big game. First game up that we will be talking about. Fuck it. Do we want to talk about the Eagles and Bills? Both these teams we hate. We don't want to see them.
Bills.
I don't hate the Bills. Clearly,
The Bills are annoying. They need to stop digging themselves into these situations and trying to bail themselves out of it.
They keep digging in their butt, bro. They keep digging in their butt for real.
And you want to know the funniest part about this game? I hear so much shit about how good these Eagles corners are. Brandon Cooks in the year 2025 in the final game of 2025 for the Buffalo Bills had 101 receiving yards on their ass.
Hey, he came out clutch for those who started him in fantasy.
2 of them were big bombs. 2 of them were fucking bombs.
Listen, I'm gonna try and not be biased because I'm the Bills fan, but good God, no, actually no, I don't care, dude. Philly's offense sucks.
Oh, 100%. They're terrible.
It is horrendous. I think the Saints have a better offense than the Eagles right now.
The Bills' defense is fucking terrible, by the way. This team can't get sacks. This team can't get picks. This team can't get pressure. The only thing this team knows how to do is scratch and sniff their ass and hope that Cole Bishop makes a play.
This game should have been a blowout by
for
Philly.
both teams. I think because the Bills are inconsistent and very annoying and very, very annoying because I don't know what it is, but I just want to talk about Philly because with the Bills, I'm just like, I don't know. This defense is bad. I don't know what's happening with this offense. This offense should be way better than it's supposed to be. But I echoed the same thing for the Eagles, but the Eagles are worse because they're defending Super Bowl champs, have Offensive Player of the Year, almost MVP. This offense is just terrible this year.
It's a war crime. This offense is a war crime. The Eagles defense will do everything they need to do to get their offense to drag their offense to a victory. That is what the Eagles script is right now. The defense just drags the lifeless body that is this offense to victory.
What the fuck is going on with Saquon Barkley?
I mean, I think the game
fuck
kind of
has
simple.
been going on?
Saquon Barkley up the middle, Saquon up the middle. Yeah, Saquon Barkley up the middle. AJ Brown deep ball!
Again,
And it's like-
no, I get that, but we have to put some fucking light on Saquon Barkley because at
Yeah,
some
no.
point I get the offensive line has been a little hurt. At some point, yes, the play calling has sucked. You are Saquon fucking Barkley. What stopped you from being good on this team? Like, you were good in fucking New York. In New York, a team that plays on MetLife and a team who's hurt the shit all the time and a team that hasn't had any fucking stability. There's no excuse for Saquon Barkley to be playing at the level he's been
Can we
playing.
look at these rushing yards?
Saquon Barkley up the middle, and then AJ Brown deep ball!
Can we see these rushing yards? Hashtag like, what
Yeah.
is this? What is this?
Yeah.
No.
The Bills have
Over
the
90
worst
yards?
run defense in football, by the way. Like, everyone is running over their bitch ass.
Here's the big
Like-
stat: the Eagles have won 3 games with less than 5 passing yards an entire half. That should not be possible to do even
Yeah.
once, really. It should not be
Justin
possible to do
Jalen
even once, let alone 3 times.
Listen, Jalen Hurts, you are not a top 10 QB.
Stop telling me,
Saquon,
yeah.
like-
Like Eagles fans, great, you've won your Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts, but he's not elevating this offense. He did it last
One,
year.
Eagles
I
anyway.
said
It's
this,
ridiculous.
3,
and I just wanted to
4,
say,
5,
once again,
6,
I
7.
said this all of the beginning of the season. And again, I'm not going to victory lap or anything because I don't overly want that. But I 110% knew that this Eagles team was being carried by the fact that they have some of the best coordinators at the time.
Oh
They
my
were
ew.
carried by talent. And, like-
Three games Saquon has over 100 yards. Come on, dog.
Dude,
You're Saquon
AJ Brown
Barkley.
deep
Come on, dog.
again, I'm tired of Philly. They are not again, Noah, you said this, you put it very well. The Philadelphia Eagles are not a football team. They are an amalgamation of talent trying to portray themselves as a football team. This is
They're like a
football.
They're like a football team. They're like a football team in a movie where it's like they're supposed to act like a football team, but like these aren't football players. They're just dudes.
No, they're not. This is not a football team. This is individual awards the game. And Jalen Hurts is not good enough to be an individual awards guy. AJ Brown is, Saquon Barkley is, that offensive line is, but fucking Jalen Hurts isn't. That
And-
coaching staff isn't.
You know, I want to say one thing nice to Jalen Hurts. Congratulations for securing the bag, bud. A quarter bill, man?
Good for him.
Woo!
You know, I'm gonna say this. I'll just say this. You know, I think if Vic Fangio ever decides to publicly beat the crap out of Nick Sirianni, I think he would have every reason to, and I think nobody should blame him for it. Kevin
True.
Patel too.
Yes,
Kevin
that is
Patel
correct.
true. But I just say, because we're focusing completely on Philly. Look, I have some things to say about the Bills because I'm not gonna lie. This team, I said this earlier, this team annoys me. And the Bills annoy me because you should be so much better than this. You should be so much better than you are. And yet you play uninspiring football at times, and you have to dig yourselves out of a terrible hole. And it's like, you know what? Fuck Philly, but I'm glad Buffalo lost because you did not deserve to win that game. You did not deserve to pull high-end talent right out of your ass and win that game by playing like shit. You didn't deserve that. And I'm just going to be
100%.
completely honest. The Bills' offense, because we talked about the defense sucks. No question about it. But this Bills' offense there is clearly a lot of problems with this offense. And, like, I know.
I think they don't have a true wide receiver. Like,
I know the wide receivers are not good. I know that Josh Allen is probably hurt, even if he's still not playing at the level we expect from Josh Allen. I know James Cook can only do so much, but at the same time, it's like this Bills offense should still be better than it is. And I'm
I think
Like
it's
Josh
the Philly-
Allen should be better than he is. And
It's
I'm going to
the
say
Phillies
this.
offense,
I'm
but
going to
less.
say this about Buffalo. Joe Brady, stop getting cute with the play calling, dude. Like, what are you doing at times, man? You're so much better than this. So you piss me off at times, dude.
Yeah,
I will say this, Ren, even lack of true number one, I sort of get, but it's not like they don't have guys like Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, no, I know.
Those
Yeah,
are
but
their
those are
big
tight ends,
targets.
though. You don't. You need a wideout.
Mahomes did it with Kelsey for the longest of times.
They're not
Like, he did-
Kelsey.
They're not
Kelsey.
Kelsey is
I
Like,
get
I'm
that, but they're
sorry,
solid enough.
Like, I'm
That's what
tired of
getting
this
at.
shit from Buffalo. I'm tired of this shit from
Like
them.
this is
It's-
they've been
figure it
waiting
out.
for a year like this, a year where Kansas City slipped on a banana peel and is falling down a flight of stairs, and you're telling me that again your golden opportunity to make a Super Bowl window to send the fans of Buffalo with one final hurrah, you know, by winning an AFC Conference championship in your home turf. And you guys didn't take advantage of that?
Yeah, guess who
Hello?
woke back up from their slumber? Guess who woke back up?
Yeah, Daddy's back home.
Um,
It is. This was the Bills. I think this was the Bills' best case. I forgot what the exact quote Dan Campbell said. I think this was their last shot. I've been saying I said this last. I think I said this last year. I think this is over for the Bills' potential dynasty run. I think it's over.
Can I
Figure
say
it out.
something?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, if there's one thing that I think we can all agree on, it'll be this. If James Cook wasn't on the Bills, this team would be fucking fried. They'd be
Oh, yeah.
gumbo.
Oh yeah,
No, yeah.
agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Don't have it like don't have
People
a
were
run
like
game, you're not
last
gonna
year,
win
like,
big
I don't
games.
know, man. James Cook really is just a 1-yard line merchant. And then, like,
No.
this year, it's kind of like, oh, fuck. James Cook might be the only reason this team's competitive.
James Cook is the best person on has been the best person on the Bills offense. Allen being
If you
number
stop
2.
James Cook, they're completely fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Allen just regressed this season. He has really regressed this season.
And that's the biggest shame in all of this too, where the nothing's going right when the year that it should go right. And I mean, you could argue the same thing for the Ravens too. This is your 1 year where you could act like the 1 year where I've been saying all in the
Mr.
offseason.
Boogeyman ain't here anymore.
Your Patty Mahomes, the Chiefs took a big step back, and you didn't step up, and the Patriots have awoken from their slumber. Woof.
Well, let's get to something that's a lot more cheerful. The Super Tank Bowl. God, this game. The worst
You know,
part
actually-
is this wasn't even fun. This was a boring game.
You know what, Luke? Not Luke. You know what, Nick? I want
Yeah.
you to accurately describe watching that football game. Accurately, just read me a bedtime story. Tell me this game as a bedtime story.
Oh my god, yes.
Why do you hate him? Why do you hate him?
I think listen. You may be a Bears fan, but Vegas is where you pee. So
Vegas is your blood.
yeah, it's
That's
Vegas.
Vegas
in
is
your
where I
blood.
piss. Vegas is
So
where I
tell me in a bedtime story. Do tell me.
I'm all
Uncle
Nick,
Nick,
I'm all
tell me
comfy too.
about
Tell
it.
me tell us all a bedtime story. I'm all comfy lumpy now.
All right.
Nick, put these children to bed. I'm gonna go pour the coffee.
No, I want a bedtime story.
All right. Here we go. Deontay Banks scored a kickoff return touchdown and got drug tested after the game.
Whoa,
The
he got
end.
drug tested after the game? No way! Then what happened?
Yeah. So, oh my god. Okay.
He broke character.
No.
This game, let me just say this. This game was beautiful because I was watching in real time Giants fans getting pissed about their tank getting broken, and then just coming to the realization, good God, how bad are the Raiders? How bad is this Raiders team?
Oh, what is Pete
You know,
Carroll
I'm
done,
gonna
dude?
go right out and say it. let's say they actually lose this final game and win first overall and draft Dante Moore or Mendoza. How am I supposed to trust that they're going to develop it properly?
Oh, no, they're not.
Shit
No. Let me
In
give
the
you
last-
100% full confidence. Here's what's gonna happen. Tom Brady is going to switch souls with the quarterback of their choice.
Dude, I don't
and then
even
they're
think
going
prime
to
Tom
swap
Brady is
bodies
gonna
like
help,
Freaky
man.
Friday every single game, and that's how they're gonna do it.
Taegan,
That's
I
what
don't
the
think
sci-fi
prime
play.
Tom Brady is helping this shit heap up a franchise.
No,
Look,
you know
man,
what?
Devin
No,
Singletary had a rushing touchdown.
I mean,
No, you know
Geno
what-
Smith had. I mean, Tyler Lockett got a touchdown this
Dude,
game.
He did.
Lockett
Tyler
got a
Lockett got
fucking
a
You know what?
touchdown.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be that scene from The Longest Yard. That's Tom Brady's gonna be. He's like, yeah, I'm going in the game. Coach, you're going in the game? Yeah, I am. Like, I think Brady may unretire just to.
Dude.
It is. The Raiders are. Yeah, and you actually, you know what? If everyone else is done what they're saying, Taegan, I need you to say your famous quote about Fernando Mendoza to accurately describe this game.
So, after the Indiana game, I had this to say about the Fernando Mendoza.
And I
situation.
quote,
Fernando Mendoza is going to have to get used to getting lap dances and gambling debt in Vegas.
No, you say he's gonna cry when he gets his.
Oh,
first.
he's gonna cry when he gets his first lap dance.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Stop.
Yeah,
That's it,
like-
yeah.
Again, no, there was a reason I mentioned the Deontay Banks kickoff return touchdown because I will reiterate again, and this is kind of mentioned on the power rankings. He's been the New York Giants' worst player all season. Giants fans fucking hate Deontay Banks, and when he has done nothing good for them all year, after the Raiders got that touchdown to Tyler Lockett, he goes out there and gets a kickoff return for a touchdown and immediately gets drug tested after the game. Like, that is the perfect way to describe this game. Is Deontay Banks doing something useful and then getting drug tested for it?
No,
There's
Nick.
a
There's
kind of
another
irony
way to
with it,
describe this
though.
game. Kenny Pickett got in the game.
Yes, Kenny Pickett got into the game.
Dude, what is Kenny Pickett?
And you want to know what's the best part? Because this headline sums it up perfectly. Las Vegas declines to name which pointless quarterback will start.
Oh my fucking god.
They're
But
gonna be
hey,
rotating.
no!
They're gonna be rotating Kenny Pickett and Aiden O'Connell against the Chiefs. They are pulling a Matt Rule out here.
They're doing
No, no,
what
no,
they're
but
doing
they're
what the
throwing
New
to
Jersey
Michael
Generals did in the USFL. They deployed that guy consistently deployed a two quarterback system. I forgot what the name of the head coach was. He had fun deploying a two QB system.
Can I just say
Damn.
something? The fact that the Raiders have a guy named Michael Mayer and Action Genty on the same team is insanely funny. By the way, I still 100% think that Geno Smith thinks that Michael Mayer is Brock Bowers and Brock Bowers is Michael Mayer. Because they were throwing to this guy all fucking day for no reason.
Yeah,
Okay, Nick, I have to ask you a question because there's a lot of questions going to go into this.
yeah.
Is, in your humble opinion, as a Las Vegas, I can't say fan, I'm just going to say a subject, a slave, one may say.
Subject to torments.
What is happening with Max Crosby during this offseason?
Dude, I would not be.
He's
I
getting traded to the
wouldn't be
Bears,
shocked
Nick.
if he gets
He's getting
traded.
traded to the Bears.
I wouldn't be shocked if he gets traded.
What are the Braves? What are the Raiders like what are the Raiders gonna get for him?
Get a big return.
Not really, actually. From a lot of the people that I've seen talk about it, if Max Crosby got traded, the most he'd probably net is maybe a first. Is like maybe a first and like a day 2 for like next year.
The problem with Max Crosby
He's
is he's
29 years old and coming off an injury.
Didn't
Yeah,
Max,
I'm sorry, if
did-
that's
no,
the
it's
case, you're not
that,
trading
but
him.
didn't Max Crosby also sign a big extension in the offseason? Because they
I know Miles
extended
Garrett
him last
did.
offseason, which
I know Miles
means
Garrett
there's
got his
guaranteed
bag.
money on top of that. That like it's like they're players that we've seen. They're like, man, these guys are really talented, but you're only getting a 5th round pick for and like a 6th and
Brady.
7th
Crosby
pick
has a
swap.
$35 million cap hit. Only $35 million dead cap. So actually,
Oh no, he signed a 3-year extension this most recent offseason.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it's
Three-year
because
extension.
of that. I don't think you're even getting a first. You might have to. You
Okay,
might be
in that
talked
case, you're
down
not
to a
trading him.
second.
No,
Which
you're not
then,
fucking trading
You're not
him.
going to
You're
trade
not.
him.
Yeah,
Because if you're
I'm
not
sorry.
getting
In a world, I'm sorry. Can I just say, in a world
Yeah.
where Sauce Gardner's getting 2 first-round picks, if you can't get a first for Crosby, you're not trading him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the Colts are so screwed. They give
I
him
mean-
2 round picks. Hashtag.
He like I think a first and like a day 2 for next year can get it done for him. But the issue is,
Who's gonna?
I don't know what kind of teams are gonna want to pay that price. I mean, Chicago might. I think there's a very good opportunity that a team like maybe the Patriots could, but I don't think Tom Brady would want to trade his best player to that team.
I don't think you want to trade your best player. Period.
Yeah,
You might
I mean,
have. You might
Crosby-
have to though.
Crosby's been very loyal though, so we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. I think he'll
Well-
request a trade, but I don't know unless someone's. Again, you gotta. I definitely gotta pay to play. Yeah, often at times, right? But I don't know if. I don't know if it's gonna happen. To be honest, it felt like your time to trade Max Crosby and get 2 firsts was last year when you didn't have to worry about a contract extension. I think a lot of. I think especially the big trend I've seen in the NFL as of late. A lot of teams are just gonna tend to shy away from trades if guaranteed money isn't. If like the more money a contract has, the less likely they're gonna actually get trade for their perceived value because you're asking a franchise to take on their cap, and it's just because of that dynamic. I don't think we're gonna see Max Crosby get traded. I could be wrong, and that's okay, and I'm okay with that. But
We'll just see what happens.
yes.
Well, time for the main event, which go figure, it's another Bears guy. It's guys, we're so biased or something. But I promise this time it's worth it. I promise this time it's worth it. Bears versus Niners. This was a very typical Bears game. It was very fun. It wasn't even the best Bears game of the year. That is the funniest thing too. Like, this wasn't even like the most closest Bears game that I've watched this year. I'd still give it to maybe the second Packers game or even the Bengals game. But like, let's just get into it, man. I said this after the game. If anyone, and I mean anyone, says that Caleb Williams is not going to be a good quarterback, shut the fuck up, stop watching football, and please respectfully delete Twitter off your phone. You annoy me, and you should not serve to voice an opinion ever again. Now that I have that out of the way,
They don't know ball.
now that I have that out of the way, I have gave Brock Purdy a ton of shit over the years. I have said many things. I believe he's a system player. I believe that he is not one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I'm willing to retract one of those statements. I do believe that Brock Purdy is a top, I'll be generous, a top 12 quarterback. He had a very great game against a terrible Bears defense. That being said, I want to get this out of the way before I continue on. Sheer product on the field. First quarter was 100% Brock's. Second quarter, Caleb's. Overall, I would still give the game to Caleb. I feel like he looked a hell of a lot better. I feel like it was very close. But if you're going to ask me which one I want, Caleb Williams, he fucking was making throws off his ass. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy, yeah, he had a fuck ton of touchdowns, but also his most hypest play, which granted, 100%, the fact that he fucking juked out Andrew Billings, which It's Andrew Billings. He's fat as shit. But, like, the fact that they juked him out and did that play, really fucking hype. All things considered, now that I said that my piece on Brock Purdy, and now I won't get shot anymore for not thinking he's good, I can now say this. Oh my fucking god! We should have won this game. But you know, that's the good part about the Bears. They're learning. And you want to know the one thing that I wanted out of this game more than anything? Development of our young players. And you want to know what we got? Colson Loveland, 94 yards, a touchdown, 6 receptions. Luther Burden, 138 yards, a touchdown, 8 receptions, and he was putting people on skates all day. Caleb Williams, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jade Walker, clutch 4th down conversion. Defensive wise, Austin Booker got a sack. That's all I really care about. I have more stuff to say, but anyone else feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go ahead as well. This was a great game. This was one of those games where it felt like, you know, whoever blinked first would lose, and unfortunately it felt like the Bears having to settle for a field goal. Right move, by the way. And the Niners responding with a touchdown. It put the pressure on us. The Bears responded well. They got near the Niners end zone, but they just couldn't capitalize on it. But overall, this was a great game. Caleb looked great. The offense looked great. Luther Burden, thankfully he's going to be okay. He had his best game. Going to the Niners, though. Yeah, no, that offense is just locked the fuck in for them. Their offense is just on fire right now. Shanahan's got Purdy, CMC, you know, everyone else, because they were without Kittle for this game. So, like, everyone else, like, the Niners they're locked in on offense. And even for Brock Purdy's struggles earlier in the year, ever since he had that bad game against Carolina, he has been just on a different level since that Panthers game. And sure, you could say, well, he's playing a Colts defense that's injured. He's playing a Bears defense that has its issues. Who gives a shit? He goes out there, he plays how he needs to play, and after, you know, throwing a pick six to start the game, he responded as great as a quarterback ever should respond to throwing a pick six to start the game. And yeah, I mean, this was just a great game just an incredible offensive game. And it sucks the Bears lost, but at the same time, it's like I really wasn't feeling anything down afterwards because, well, that was a great game. That was a great game. We got the NFC North. We're in the playoff. Just move on to the next week because we know what's waiting ahead for us. Losing's never fun, but you know what? We hung in there with a team that's been well established, and we played a great game. Sometimes that's all you can ask for.
Not to mention, too, on that final drive, the Bears made mistakes. Like, Luther Burden had a very bad drop. Colson Loveland had a very bad drop. Caleb had a not very good thrown ball. But they still made it down and very close. And people will say that the catch and lateral was not really smart. Disagree, personally, but, you know, whatever. The one thing I will say, and I feel like this is a good transition to say this. Can we all agree that Chris Collinsworth should fucking retire?
Yes.
What in the fuck are you meaning? Like, he was on Caleb Williams' dick in the worst way possible. He hated that guy for no reason.
Bro was
Caleb
riding
Williams
Patrick
makes
Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes wasn't even playing. Like, that, like, dude, he's not playing this game. There are two incredible quarterbacks that are putting on a show Talk about them. Your
Like,
insistence
I don't
on
care. I don't care if you're self-aware about it, Chris. Shut up.
it's just stop. We have an all-time great happening right in front of our eyes. You could say, man, Caleb Williams has been incredibly impressive all night long. You know, early in the season, I was worried about, like, he performed well with scripted, but, like, in this middle part of the game, he's been so incredible this game. He's made such great throws, and everyone's like, yes, Chris, he has. But it's like, oh, it's a little Patrick Mahomes. Oh, it's a little bit of this, and I'm like, okay, all right, you're gonna be.
No, the funny part is he was fucking shitting on Caleb for a good bit. He was like, man, Caleb Williams had some of these throws that are just like, yeah, they're amazing, but then some are like, man, you just wish he would, like, these are routine throws. By the way, you want to know what throw he was talking about? When fucking Devin Duvernay was, like, wide open in the middle of nowhere. And, like, Caleb had two people in his face, and he would have to fucking loft the ball at an awkward angle up in the air. He was also fucking like, oh yeah, the Bears should have hit DJ Moore on the other side of the end zone. Caleb Williams was on the other side of the field. You want him to turn his body, and launch a fucking missile all the way across the field? Do I think he could do it? Yeah, maybe, but I don't want to have to put our fucking rookie quarterback to do it. Like, again, he was fucking terrible. It was needless glazing of a player who's hurt right now and does not matter to the league right now.
Like,
and I just felt bad when I heard him say, "Wow, that looks very Mahomesy like to Brock Purdy." I'm like, dude, this man went from last pick of the draft to the Niners franchise quarterback. You can't say anything else but other than, man, look at this quarterback. He looks just like Mahomes. Fuck off, dude. You are horrible.
I want him done with
I have
NBC.
to defend Brock Purdy right now because of him.
Like,
I want to know how much that hurts me.
I like as much as I like Mike Tirico, and I think Mike Tirico has earned, like, the prime NBC spot. I would like to see maybe if he's got, like, a wide range of, like, what he could do. But I don't want, like, he's one of those ones where I wouldn't want to strip, like, the NBC title away from him. But how do we not look at, like, you just pair him up with Kurt Warner, dude?
Greg Olson, dude. Greg Olson has been phenomenal on Fox.
I'm gonna get him a number one job.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Can I speak my piece as a complete neutral on both sides?
Go for
Go
it,
ahead.
Stanoa.
If the 49ers had a defense, which means if they didn't get cursed by the Millennium Falcon, I'd argue they are a Super Bowl team. Correct. I know, what a shock, major hot take, but they don't have a defense.
That is correct.
Yeah,
and I feel like, oh man, let me tell you, man, if we get 49ers versus Eagles, the team that can't stop a pass versus the team that can't move the ball, it could be the worst game of all time.
Think how many deep balls.
No, the Niners win that game 9 times out of 10.
Yo, Noah, AJ Brown deep ball.
Nah, man. I'm sorry. They made the Bills' defense look good. I don't care.
It's gonna be the one game that it works. Kevin Patullo's one justifiable game is like, holy shit, we're running it up the middle with fucking Saquon Barkley and then AJ Brown deep ball. And they're gonna put up 50 points. He's gonna look at me. I did it. Wow, I'm a big kid now.
Well, shout outs to the Niners. They played a very good game, and honestly, this was a game where someone unfortunately had to lose, and it had to go to the 49, and it had to go to the Bears. But you know, I trust the Bears if they play in Chicago, which is possible. I think the Bears are going to get their run back, but we will see. Now we'll get into Week 18 for a preview, just for a little bit. We're not going to go on too much longer, but for Week 18 previews, we have. Well, I'll ask your guys' opinion on the games that matter. Panthers versus Buccaneers. Who do you guys got?
I want the funniest outcome. I don't care who wins.
The funniest outcome to happen. So I'm going Buccaneers.
I'm
still going Panthers.
Something just tells me that the Buccaneers are going to pull something out of their ass.
You're
And
on
by
an
the way,
I think
island.
it's
in case
something
anyone
cool
wants
out
to
there,
go
but
What if
in
they
case
tie
anyone wants to
though?
go even further, somehow the Saints win and somehow the Bucks get in.
What if they tie
Crazy.
though? What if they tie though?
That would
be
be
great.
I think Panthers.
Yeah, I'm still going
I'm
Panthers.
saying Panthers, but I want
Panthers
the
get
Bucks
in
to
behind.
win.
If the two teams tie, then the Panthers get in because they've already beaten the Bucks.
I want
Yeah.
the funny
Actually,
outcome to happen.
want the tie.
I just want the Bucks to win only for the Saints to beat the Falcons and thus allowing the Panthers in. And it's just
No, the
If the
Falcons
Saints
need
beat
to
the
win.
the
Falcons,
Falcons.
the Bucks are
Okay,
in.
just for the Falcons to
Well-
win and the game not to have mattered for me to be pissing my pants in laughter for about a solid 10 to 15 minutes.
After that, we have the battle of the first seed, which happened because the Rams lost to the Falcons.
Thank
Meaning
you,
now that
Falcons. I don't
officially,
hate you.
this is the battle for the first seed. The Bears and Rams both got knocked out. They both cannot get the first seed. So it comes down to Seahawks, Niners. Who do you guys got? I'm going Seattle.
If I say, are we getting one, the king, the black man himself, Sam Darnold, or are we getting the bad guy, the ginger, Sam Darnold? If we're getting the
I
black
mean-
man, give me
I-
Seattle. If we're getting the ginger, give me the Niners.
I don't know.
Honestly, there's a chance that JSN could go over 300 today and finally get over 2,000. With how dog shit that Niners cornerback core is, I could see it, but I'm going.
if
hope
Sam Darnold plays to his potential as a good quarterback, give me Seattle, because I think they are running the ball well, they're passing the ball well when Sam Darnold locks in.
I'm going to go Seattle because San Francisco being the number 1 seed with how injured they are just feels wrong. Like, it feels so wrong.
Yeah.
I want to say, as much as I want to put faith, like, they've had a lot of gritty games. And I feel like I've just been waiting for, like, the rug.
I need someone to pick
I think
Seattle. I need someone to pick the
Seattle
Niners.
also didn't win the first game. You could also just say Seattle gets the get back.
But here's the thing: the Niners won't have that good of a pass rush that like they had at the start of
Wait,
the
is
season.
it in Seattle
Just
or Santa
remember,
Clara?
like
It's in
San
Santa
Fran.
Clara.
they got in Sam's face. They were in his face that first game with Seattle, and it only felt like the only thing that could get going was Sam Darnold throwing it to Sam Darnold only throwing it to JSN. Like Cooper Kupp, they haven't figured out. Now the tight ends have gotten more chemistry with, but my best advice here is run the fucking ball. And big note, Seattle will be without Charles Cross. He's already ruled out.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
run the ball.
in that case, Saints versus Falcons. That's meaningful. Give me the Falcons.
I want the Falcons because of the funniest
I'm not
thing that
answering.
happened.
I'm not answering that question.
They split the
It's any-
series. We
I
know
want,
that
I want
they're
the
going to split the series.
Falcons to win,
Oh,
so
yeah,
that way
yeah.
the Rams get
Oh,
a
yeah,
worse
Saints.
draft pick.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The quote was the saddest. Give me the Saints.
Yes.
No one cares about Browns Bengals. Packers Vikings in a game where the Packers are going to be playing Clayton soon. No
game
one
doesn't
cares.
matter.
Do note also,
Cowboys Giants.
if
No.
9 loses, he's gonna have his bitch of a mom is gonna take his Xbox away. And
No.
therefore-
If 9 wins, you want to know how many wins the Vikings will have on the season?
They'll have 9.
9.
But if that doesn't happen, his bitch of a mom is gonna take his Xbox away. Therefore, he can't contain
And he-
all the power that's inside of him.
Anywho, Jags Titans. This game technically matters.
I don't
Jags.
give it.
Trevante Lawrence.
A nice walk on a sandy beach.
Texans Colts. This game
That's
technically still matters.
A
It's
bowl
the
of
Texans.
Fruit Loop cereal.
Yes.
Will
guys,
Anderson.
Bills Jets. This game technically matters.
A bowl of mac and
Bills.
cheese.
No, you can just say the Jets in that case. It matters. Lions Bears. This game technically matters.
Winning a game
I
of
don't
rock,
know,
paper,
Bears.
scissors.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bears, I guess.
If the Bears rest their starters, give me the Lions. If they play,
Nah, they're playing their
starter-
starters.
give me the Bears then.
Yeah.
Well, Chargers versus Broncos. This game doesn't matter at all because the Chargers are resting their starters. They don't fucking care.
Doing the chicken dance as a kindergartner.
Chiefs Raiders. This game does not fucking matter. Cardinals Rams. This game technically matters.
Watching
Rams
paint
because they're playing
dry.
starters.
Rams, water with no ice.
Patriots Dolphins. Now this is a little interesting because the Dolphins fuck over the Patriots at the end of the year. I'm just gonna say the Dolphins because I think it's funny.
It would be
I'm gonna
funny, but
say
I think the
going
Dolphins
to a
were.
restaurant and asking pop without ice.
I think the Dolphins were about H-Chan.
I think the Patriots still have this.
Oh yeah, still.
We'll see.
Commanders Eagles. This game technically matters, but the Eagles are resting their starters. I don't fucking know nor care. And last but not least, Sunday Night Football, guys. Ravens Steelers. Yeah.
The losing coach shall be fired from his job.
Oh, that should. Anywho,
I think we should
I
stream
guess
that
the
game.
Steelers. I guess the Steelers.
I'm going to Steelers, so Harbaugh gets fired.
I think we should stream that game. Specifically
I
just
don't-
that game.
I will.
Oh,
I
no.
am down to do that because I'll just. I can
Maybe.
stream it on both Twitch and YouTube. Because I'll be. I
will have
don't
to
know
watch
what
it
tomorrow's gonna bring. Well, I mean, we'll get to the after part, the promotional part of the stream once we are talking about the most exciting game. I'm sure we're all excited about Steelers and the fucking team that's playing the Steelers.
Oh, give me Baltimore.
Ravens.
Give me the team that's
Give me
playing the
Baltimore.
Steelers
I think they're gonna allow Derrick Henry to
Steelers.
do his job. So give me Baltimore.
I mean,
I just think
at
it's
the
the
end of the day,
Steelers.
I hope Mike Tomlin gets fired from this because the standard is the standard. They could have just broken the streak out. They could have just ended the streak by just beating the fucking Cleveland Browns, starting Shadur Sanders. They played with their food. They're like, they're a cat, and they're like, it's the Browns. Puns. Oh, Shadur Sanders can throw a touchdown, sure. What are you guys doing on offense, and why are you throwing the MVS 3 times? You have DK Metcalf. I want you know how much I like playing the DK Metcalf touchdown?
DK was suspended. Remember?
Oh right. No, it's BK Metcalf. Sorry, I wanted to play the new BK Metcalf. Also, shout out R.I.P. Pickensburg. Because he actually deleted his Twitter account because they lost
Nah,
the
he's
game.
back again.
He's back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can deactivate your account, then just before 30 days, just come back.
Ew.
Well, guys, I'm taking the Steelers. I hate this team.
What did I say? Baltimore.
I'm taking the Ravens because I want Mike Tomlin fired. And I want Lamar Jackson. Like, this might be low-key Lamar. Like, Lamar is playing this Sunday. He's been confirmed. So
Yeah.
I want to see Lamar. I want to see Lamar Allen having the potential that they could be in the Super Bowl, and the regular season really doesn't matter. All it just matters is how you just lock the fuck in 4 games in the playoffs, I guess. So, kick on the Doom music, fellas.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe. We may not go homeless. If you don't subscribe, one of our homes will be gone. Whose? You'll never know.
Oh, no. Major project that's going to be starting this Saturday. I'm a diehard Skyrim fan. I love Skyrim. I've been every single time I see a Microsoft Presents, I go, "Oh dear, Todd Howard, please give me more about Elder Scrolls 6." Elder Scrolls 6 is not getting any updates. Thank you, Todd Howard, for nothing. You bitch. So, me and a good friend, we found there's a really good mod that I really liked, called The Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's basically, a really fun collectathon of all the artifacts that you can obtain in Skyrim with them adding some of their own. There's a mod list that's built around this that's safe for streaming that I found. And we're going to be starting that on Saturday. That will be streamed here, as well as my good friend Thomas will be streamed over on his channel, as well as my Twitch. So do stay tuned for that. We're either starting that tomorrow or next Thursday. I'm not so sure. If we're not streaming Skyrim, I'm just going to be streaming Pokemon tomorrow. I'll be doing one of those. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Help us grow. And we'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be doing something. I don't know what. But I'm just gonna keep going, filling up the time because I need to EV trade my Goldango. So
Remember,
you know what?
when
Let's
in
talk
doubt.
about the weather. What's the weather like when everybody? What's the brief update on the weather? Throwback time. The
Peter.
weather. Oh my god. You have until I battle. Hold up. I need to get an accurate number. You have until.
It's rainy and foggy. I want to go home.
I need to defeat 3 more.
Remember,
Psyducks, so
it just means more bowl losses in the SEC.
Exactly.
Leader!
Yeah.
It's gonna be so annoying!
The weather, I know. I need to beat 3 more Psyducks. And then we're good to end it.
Alright.
So yeah,
Thanks.
you know, the SEC just means more. Texas State took belt to ass on Rice. Can't believe they would do that to a food item.
Yeah.
I mean,
Free me from this hell, Luke. End this tree.
you know what they say. We're building some good character. 2 more Psyducks.
No.
2 more Psyducks.
No.
2 more Psyducks. You know.
No. Leader, it's gonna be
Leader.
so annoying.
You know what? Think of the character that you're building from this. Think of just how much character is being built from this. I just need to defeat 1 more Psyduck. Dude, the fact that EV train
Leader! It's gonna be so annoying!
I know it to be true. Anyways,
Gotta
wrong with you, dude?
gotta get that little bit of squeeze a little bit more out of the people.
Have
I
we
gotta
lost
squeeze a-
ethics?
Have we lost basic human morality?
I don't know, Kamei. I think we've lost basic
Asking
morale.
I'm gonna dip, guys. Take care.
Alright, well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As
let's
soon as I
go,
defeat this
the
last Psyduck.
underhit.
Thank you for
Yo,
joining.
let's go, the underhit.
Let's go, the under.
Have we lost ethics?
Have we lost basic human morality?
Alright, anyways. Okay,